It's the 5th race of the season of the 2019 Outsider Racing League, and this week we head to Newton, Iowa and the Iowa Speedway. Last week the drivers took on the world's fastest half mile in Bristol, Tennessee, and now we go up a size in racetracks up to a 3/4 mile racetrack. It looks a lot like Richmond, but it drives a lot differently. Welcome to SimTV. My name is Kyle Heyer, joined by Finian Nakuna tonight for the 5th round of the ORL Championship. And Finian, I think we know one thing about Iowa. It's pretty rough and tumble. It drives like a mix between a short track and a speedway, so you can bump and run, but if you make a mistake, it'll bite you like a speedway.
Yeah, and the chances of a mistake are pretty high tonight. We're talking with a lot of the drivers who have been going around the track and practicing and be saying pretty much all the same thing. It's pretty loose out there tonight, especially as you know, we're running this in the, as you can see, we're running this in the day with especially big contrast because most of the race at Iowa typically run in the late evening to the night. So in the brighter day, you can see track temperature 124 degrees, so it's pretty hot out there and pretty slick by as a result.
So qualifying underway right now as we make our way down to the racetrack. Finian, I want to bring your attention to one driver in particular, Adam Cabot in the 77. He won an ORL race at Richmond last season. We know he's really talented in this kind of racetrack. How much carries over from Richmond? I know they're different in certain ways, but I'd say this is probably the closest you're going to get to Richmond without actually being at Richmond. So what is Adam Cabot's expectation tonight? Is it to win, or is it just to get a solid top 5?
Well, it really depends on you know, what he's going after, what are his own expectations for this race. Definitely, if he's got the speed. I mean, currently he's 3rd on the time sheets as he's getting ready to put a 2nd lap. Don't know if he'll be faster or not, but with a pretty solid time in qualifying and seemed pretty fast in practice, I think, you know, he might have a shot at winning this and could definitely use another one.
On the left-hand side of the screen, you'll notice that there are 3 drivers in the field. Actually, it should be 4. 4 of the 5 drivers that are here for the Dash for Cash tonight, Finian. If you win the race under green flag conditions and you're one of the drivers nominated, if you're Vincent, Stouffer, Martinez, Emerson, or Miller, you will be eligible for a cash prize at the end of the night. I do know that Emerson and Stouffer are not likely to make it to the race this evening, so it'll really just be the 18, the 4, and the 30 going for the Dash for Cash this evening. And I'd put Alec Martinez as another favorite to win this race. Always seems to come out at the hot and slick racetracks tonight, so we'll expect him to run very well. Jeremiah Vincent, his brother's in the Dash for Cash, but Vincent tonight, the other one in the number 8 car, comes across the line for his qualifying effort. And looks like he is just starting a lap here in his number 8 machine. Other drivers in the field that we haven't seen a whole lot of this season, Eric Hutton in the 88 is back in competition this year. The Chick-fil-A on the side and hood of that number 88 Camaro. So, favorites tonight, I think it's clear that we like the 77, we like the 18. How about Eli Hinton in the 13? I know he's kind of a short track guy. What do you think his chances are tonight? He's qualified 7th so far.
Yeah, I think he's got a really good shot tonight. Obviously was not here for Bristol last week, which is a big upset because that's probably one of his best tracks, and he's a really good short track driver. So, it's nice to see that 13 up in the front of the field. Currently qualified in 7th, not probably as high as I would expect. Bailey Turner back on the track, hasn't been on for quite a few races.
Yeah, so let's also talk about the field size tonight. Well over 30 cars tonight, almost 40 at this rate. That's a lot of cars. It's the most we've seen in ORL in several weeks. Do you think that's going to affect the racing at all tonight?
I think it is. I think we're going to have a higher chance of or seeing more cautions here tonight. Again, just due to it being loose, and you know, considering there's so many guys, someone gets loose and gets into another driver that can easily bring out a caution right there. So I think it'll be a little bit yellow, at least for the first part of this race, but we'll see how these guys manage. Bailey Turner qualifies in 8th.
Brian Chambliss on pole in the 42. We were just talking about him this afternoon. Brian Chambliss also came over to race the Fuel Mission 22 Cup Series on Tuesday nights, and we were just talking about how he's found a lot of success over there, at least more success than he typically sees in ORL. Not a bad driver by any stretch of the imagination, but seems to run a little bit better over in Fuel. But tonight, he's going to start on pole in his number 42 machine, so looking forward to see how he'll do this evening. Drivers with the green numbers on the side of the car. Jimmy Miller is one of them. Green numbers on the car, green numbers on the ticker. Dash for Cash. Money green tonight. If you win the race under green flag conditions, you get to pick up that cash prize if you're one of those 3 that have entered the race this evening. Other drivers we haven't seen in a little while. Reggie Ortega in the number 2 and a new livery on board that car. That is a pretty looking race car.
There's a Blizzard Entertainment on the hood of that.
I think we've seen that car before.
I'm not sure. I'm sure we've seen that car before. I definitely remember him having Blizzard.
That sponsor, yeah, at least that. Other drivers, Robert Hill Jr. in the number 61. Okay, it's got the number 23 on the door. He'll be 61 on the timing and scoring. He's entered tonight, not a usual entrant to ORL. Some other ones I know is Bryce Calusa has been absent for a little while. He's back tonight. A few others kind of jumped in here that I wasn't expecting to see. We'll see if they make the grid this evening. Joshua Banks in the 36. Can never count him out tonight.
Good paint.
That's another new paint for the 36 car this week. Alex Bell right in front of him. A couple teammates lined up and ready to go racing tonight. 160 laps. Not a super long race by ORL standards. Typically, they're a little longer than this. About an hour of racing if we go green to the end. So, with a couple cautions, probably about an hour and a half worth of racing. As we're going to roll off our starting lineup here on the front row tonight. Brian Chambliss in the number 42 Chevrolet. He'll start alongside AJ Stravado, who got a solid qualifying lap in at the end of qualifying. Actually, I'm going to try to refresh paints one last time. Trading paints has been a challenge tonight. We'll see if I can get it fixed.
And then in third, we got Zach Halpern in the 26. Good qualifying effort out of him, with Alec Martinez in the 18 on the outside of him.
Yusuf Ghali in the number 12, starting 5th alongside Josiah Vincent, one of the Dash for Cash drivers in his number 4 Chevrolet Camaro. He's from Ohio. He starts 6th tonight.
Moving on back to 7th, we got Tim Downey Jr., another good driver with a good qualifying effort. Did not typically see him this high up in the order. Outside of him, Bailey Turner in the 24 will be starting in 8th.
Adam Cabot, one of my favorites for tonight. My pick to win this race in the number 77. He rolls off 9th place alongside Jeremy Miller, one of the Dash for Cash machines, in 10th.
And moving back to 11th, Eli Hinton in the 13 car will be starting on the inside row. Nice paint scheme on his car. Outside him, Eric Hutton in the 88.
Row number 7, Alex Bell, the number 15 car, alongside Robert Gaba in the number 75. I think Gaba, did he make it? Looks like he did. I'm just trying to find where he is in the timing and scoring. I've not seen him line up yet tonight. Maybe he didn't line up. Joshua Banks, Reggie Ortega, 15th and 16th. We'll let the rest of those scroll across the bottom of your screen as we come around for one more pace lap before we go racing for 160 laps tonight at Iowa Speedway. Of course, you're watching SimTV. Lots on the channel this weekend. Tomorrow night, the 3-wide Yinzer Graphics Unreal Tour heads to Circuit of the Americas with the Truck Series in their next round of the playoffs. And then right after that, or right before that, I should say, the Indy Elite Series heads to Mid-Ohio for some more road course action. Then on Monday night, Martinsville, the paperclip for the 3-wide Race Kings Cup Series. Tuesday, we head to Richmond for the Fuel Mission 22 Cup Series. And Wednesday, we're off. Thursday, we're back with Fuel IndyCar from the Roval. That's going to be a fun one. Friday, we're off. Saturday night, we'll be back with ORL action next week.
Everyone getting ready and lined up to go. About 30 cars strong here for the Outsiders Racing League. Really interested in seeing how this gets underway here, and you can see the 33 with his actual paint scheme, the Ally Chevrolet. We're starting on the outside. Brian Chambliss again. Great qualifying effort for the 42. We'll see if he can stick there.
All right, Flagman's got the green flag furled. When's he going to drop it and take us green in the cornfields of Iowa? Here we go. Green flag flies, racing in Iowa.
Chambliss with a great start down into turn 1. You see Halpern on the inside trying to take it away from Stravado, but can't get it done.
Onto the back straightaway, everyone trying to get cycled out. The track temperature is really hot right now. Everyone trying to be careful the first couple laps out. Yusuf Ghali in the 12, trying to work the inside of Bailey Turner in the 24, who's all over Josiah Vincent, one of the Dash for Cash drivers tonight. He scrapes the wall out of turn 4, but dead even in the mid-pack here, 2 by 2 by 2 by 2. There's Gaba, this bright pink machine, stacked up behind the 15 of Alex Bell.
Trying to find a way around you. Everyone's stacked up here in the midfield. This can easily have a wreck occur here and take out a few drivers. So you got to be careful as you move up. And as I say, be careful. Eli Hinton makes it 3 wide on the inside.
3 wide. This is a battle back here for 9th place. Jeremy Miller has it. Hutton and Hinton want it, but they can't get around him just yet. They'll have to tuck back in line. Some discussion about the aero wash off these cars, Finian. Even at short tracks, it's been a challenge this year to avoid that kind of that understeer. So keep an eye out for that being an issue later in the race, especially on older tires. But for now, they'll have a lot of maneuverability on some fresh Goodyears. A great battle back here. 13 car Eli Hinton, Alex Bell, and Joshua Banks. Remember, Joshua Banks and Eli Hinton do not exactly have the cleanest of histories together. And short track action tonight, I don't expect it to stay clean and green all the way to the end. Car loose out of turn 2. It's Reggie Ortega. He catches it, tries to cycle back in line as the 82 of Calusa goes around the outside.
You see Elliot Butler trying to work to the inside of Robert Gaba. Can't get it done. He's going to have to pull back in line.
Up front, no change. Chambliss out to a 1.2 second lead. And just up the road, there's a 25 of Tim Downey Jr. and Yusuf Ghali side by side for 6th.
Ghali working to the inside. Tim Downey Jr. not giving it up so easily. There you see Adam Cabot stuck behind in 8th. Trying to get a run off the corner.
Yeah, he's going to get a good run along the outside, and that's going to be the place to be, especially out of turn 4. You're going to get stuck on the bottom if you try to make moves down there, so I don't think that's really the place to be. Eli Hinton's trying it in 1 and 2, though. On fresh tires, when everyone's stacked up behind each other, you can probably make some room down there. And on the bottom, he tried 3 wide. He's going to tuck up right behind the 36 car of Joshua Banks. Eric Hutton in the 88 moving his way forward. Yusuf Ghali on the inside. He's trapped there right now. Car loose, that's the 82. Bryce Calusa contact, and Reggie Ortega's going to turn him and sideways into turn 1. First caution out, and I think we mostly missed contact. Other than that, the 19 of Martin Sproul has to come to a dead stop. I think we pretty much got away with that one.
Yeah, I don't think they actually made contact there. I think the 19 was able to blow it down in time. Might have to change some tires after getting it slowed down all the way.
So Calusa and Ortega got together. This all started with the 82. Ooh, ran kind of Bowers in the wall. Yeah. They made contact on the straightaway. And actually, the 2 and the 82 came together earlier. And Ortega goes out of the next corner, and they just come together again.
Yeah, not sure if that was just an accident that second time.
It didn't really look like it, but, I mean, fair enough. Oh, that was really good job by the 19 to lock that car down. Let's go back again, look from another angle. So the 82 kind of runs the 31 in the wall. They make contact here, and Ortega comes back. On camera angle. I was trying to find the 2 car. We'll go back and look one more time. So Reggie kind of gets door slammed there. It goes out of the next corner.
I think, yeah,
I don't know if it was intentional or
not.
I
think he was just trying to get up there to make the corner.
Well, both of them will live to see another day here as everyone is going to come to pit lane here on the opening caution.
Yeah, I think with considering how hot the racing surface here, and also just the fact the aero push and the way these guys are running, I think you're definitely going to want to get tires as much as you can. Try to have as much grip as possible.
So Alec Martinez in the 18 car is all the way back, the tail of the field, that grid life number 18. And he's got a pit stall close to the front. Looks like he started at the rear tonight. And supposed to have started 4th, dropped to the end, lost 24 spots. And this is a problem for him. He's got to get in his pit stall when everyone else is coming out. But up at the front, we've seen a couple of changes. Clifton Cockrell did not come to pit lane. Neither did William Troy. Actually, William Troy, I think, might have.
Nope, Mrs. Stall.
Mrs. Stall, so he'll have to go around and try that again. So, opening caution here. Actually, now they're both going to come to pit lane. So maybe just to lead a lap, grab some points there on the early going. So Cockrell is going to come down pit lane and leave Chambliss as the leader again. He broke out to a really good lead. He had almost a 1.5 second lead by lap number 8. So this 42 car is looking extremely strong right now. Gonna be hard to wrestle the lead away from him in that Havoline Camaro.
Yeah, top 3 pretty much broke away from the field in general too. They won't really pass them. They will remain the same as they started this race, with Chambliss in first, Stravato second, Halpern in third. Curious if Stravato or Halpern have anything for Chambliss, but yeah, that gap that he pulled on the early going, those two are going to have to find a way around this 42 because he's looking pretty strong in the early running.
So an early caution for the 82 of Bryce Calusa and the 2 of Reggie Ortega coming together down in turn number 1. It was a wreck that basically took the whole straightaway in most of turns 1 and turn 2, but I'm pretty sure they got no significant damage from it. I think Calusa might have had to repair a little bit of that left front fender, but it looks like a short track car.
Yeah, I was going to say, you got a decent amount of damage in the left rear after the second contact, but yeah, other than that car, it's pretty much fine.
Started 18th, he'll be down in 28th for the restart. 34 cars on the racetrack, the largest field we've had this season.
Actually, at the bottom of that, if you want to go back down at the end, the 48 of Jeff Wright is 1 lap down.
Yeah, so I think he started this race a touch late. And we know Jeff Wright is a talented race car driver and would have been in the championship picture last year. Currently 2nd in the standings, and he and Alec Martinez are both buried right now. So it's going to be a race to the top for both of these guys. We'll see who comes out on top at the end, but we can see a huge swing in the points tonight with how many cars are in the field.
Yeah, I definitely think Wright should be able to get his lap back. He's the only car a lap down. If we get another quick yellow, he should be able to easily get that lap back and start moving his way up the order. But yeah, he's got a long way to go. I'm sure he's probably not too happy with the amount of cars that have showed up today. No, he's got a lot more guys to work with.
The other thing is we have to remember that points only score back to about 30th place, I think. So the last 4 drivers won't get any points at all if they don't lead a lap or something of the sort. So they've got to consider that. If you think you're going to have a bad day, you might as well get yourself a point here early. And Clifton Cockrell did just that, just as a backup in case something were to go wrong. And there's a lot of cars out there on the racetrack should get the 1 to green this time by. Re-rack him, restack him, try this again. 12 laps into a 160 lap race. Again, the Dash for Cash drivers right now. Josiah Vincent inside the top 5. He's the highest running driver with the green number on the door. So track temp about 125 degrees. It's pretty hot and toasty. It seems loose, but these drivers were fairly conservative the first couple laps. What do you think is going to happen if we get strung out and get a longer green flag run? Do you think we'll see drivers get looser or get tighter over the course of that?
I think we're probably going to see these guys get looser. Just with the less grip that they're going to have to deal with a hot racetrack. I think that's almost a recipe for a disaster. So I'll have to keep an eye on these guys. For the most part, it seemed like they were managing their tires pretty well. They're playing it pretty conservative. We'll see if they can continue to do that on the long run, as we got Indianapolis start forming up with a 3 wide between Robert Gaba and Eli Hinton there. Not sure what that was all about, but pace car's going to be in.
And lap number 13 of 160, the 42 in control. Green flag back in the air, and Chambliss fires off.
And great start. You see Halpern go all the way to the yellow line there, I think trying to block off Tim Downey Jr. As everyone fouls off into turn 1. Bailey Turner working around Adam Cabot. 3 wide already in the background, though.
This is a little bit nerve-wracking for the SWA Motorsports guys, all really close together. If something were to happen, all of them would get torn up. So Miller kind of backing out of this, trying to stay out of everyone's way. And Alex Bell, look at the run he got to the outside of the 88.
Whoa.
Eric Hutton kind of got swallowed up in that. He's middle 3 wide as they make their way down to turn number 1.
He's in an SWA sandwich right now as Alex Bell works around him. Banks trying to do the same, although it looks like Hutton's going to win it out for now on the outside lane.
Just up the road, the Downey Motorsports guys, the 4 of Vincent sideways in front of the 24. Can he save it? Wiggling, wobbling, 88, contact, and there's going to be a big mess out of turn 4. I think we missed most of the carnage. Yeah, I think we did.
Seems like we did, yeah.
But the 4 car of Josiah Vincent, his Dash for Cash night, didn't go completely up in smoke, but he just made his night a lot harder for himself. Let's go back and see how this one started. He was already loose going down off into turn number 3. I'm not sure if there was preliminary contact there, but here's another look from up above. He was behind the 26 and 25. He gets loose getting on the brakes. 24 tries to back off, just tags him a little bit. The 88 gets hit, and I think the 75...
Yeah, might have been
they did spin.
Oh, yeah, okay. I was going to say, I'd be surprised if they didn't.
Jeremy Miller is also in it. The 48 all the way down on that... there's another look. The 6 car, he just barely missed everything. Ooh, Jeremy Miller's got some damage on that left front.
I actually kind of want to ride on board with the 48.
see what he saw.
Yeah. And he's behind everyone, and he should be able to get his lap back.
Yeah, should have been the free pass recipient here, but...
I think so.
See the spin, he's just going to take a hard left and head down the racetrack.
Yeah, he's just making sure, because the way iRacing works, if you get an incident point, be it getting an off-track or getting contact when the caution comes out, you won't get that lap back. So I think he's just trying to be careful.
This is Clifton Cockrell's on board here. Remember, he led a lap, staying out, and then came back to pit lane. And did he receive any damage from this?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, he did.
Picked the wrong lane, unfortunately.
Yeah, got some pretty heavy left front damage. And again, that's just all the bad luck there. You come in, you think you have a strategy going for you, you try to stay out of trouble, and he tried to miss it, couldn't. All right, Field has decided, at least for the most part, to stay out on the racetrack under this caution. I think that's a no-brainer to me. And there goes the 48 of Jeff Wright. He is the free pass recipient, and he will be back on the lead lap on lap number 18.
Yep, and unfortunately, too, is just May. So far, no retirements. Everyone is still running there. They're so got, but I think some guys are down there getting repairs, so might move up a few spots in that department. Well, 48's back in this race to the top. We'll see where this low Chevrolet ends up before the night's end. I imagine pretty high, because we still got quite a few laps to go.
And we know Jeff Wright. You can never count him out of any kind of race, especially one here at a short track. All right, so Adrian Stravato been quietly sitting in second here, and he's a guy that doesn't seem to get the finishes he deserves. If you remember back to Silverstone a couple weeks ago, running inside the top 5, running about second place, and it had a spin late in the going. We know AJ's a talented race car driver, but just needs a little bit of luck to finish. Remember, last season he started the season with the number 9 car and switched back to 33. Again, maybe not superstitious, but just a little stitious, and switched back to his original 33 number. So his finishes so far, 15th, 2nd, and he actually did...
He missed one race.
He missed one race, but he did actually finish second at Silverstone even after that spin. So
yeah, he could have won that race if he didn't spin. Unfortunately, got in trouble with a wrong place, wrong time with a lap car going down into turn 1. And yeah, that pretty much ruined his chances of winning the race. But yeah, still got a really solid finish. But yeah, he's also missed a race, which has really put him back down in the points. So hopefully he can turn a season around.
Jesse Pierce in the number 17 car. I thought when we saw this kid at Daytona that he would go out and win races immediately, and he's been pretty solid, but hasn't really performed quite to the level that I think we would have expected. So we'll see how he does later on in the season, but I think there's a lot of good things coming for Jesse Pierce here. So 2 to green here as the pace car lights are still on. We're still organizing the field, getting everyone reset. And Eli Hinton in the 13 car buried back here a little bit as well. He started 11th. He's down to 19th now. He just came to pit lane, which lost him some spots, as did Bailey Turner. And Turner has a little bit of nose damage on that car after the contact with the 4 of Josiah Vincent. It shouldn't really affect him. Really like the metallic wheels on this White Claw paint scheme. I think it looks really good.
Yeah, it is a really nice paint scheme he's got going. Most of his paint scheme pretty much have been, but we'll see this 24 can end up further up the order before night's end.
There's a lot of really good paint schemes. One guy that always has good paint schemes is Angelo Ronis.
Yeah.
Slipknot and Under Armour on the car. That's an interesting combination. All right, field rolls out of turn 4, and the lights in the pace car should shut out this time. If you're watching SimTV for the first time, you should make sure you hit that red button. It says subscribe on it. We're closing in on 1,000 subscribers, hoping to hit it by the holiday season. And typically we see an uptick in viewership and race participation heading into the fall months because everyone's got time off, as well as less real-world racing to distract people from the awesome sim racing that we're doing. So hit that button and make sure you come on back. We got lots of stuff going on this week and into the future. Chambliss chooses the inside lane again. He's led every single lap so far, with the exception of 1 by the 16 of Clifton Cockrell under the previous caution. 2 cautions so far to start the night. We've had an incident down in turns 1 and 2 with the 2 car and the 82, and then most recently with the 4, the 75, the 30, and the 6 out of turn number 4. Yellow flag in hand of the starter, but he's going to turn that back into a green flag like magic here momentarily. And we'll be racing again on lap number 20. Essentially 140 laps to go. Green flag back in the air.
And Tim Denny Jr. fighting with Halpern for 3rd place. Halpern's going to have to give that spot up, fall back into 4th, but looking behind Alex Bell.
Whoa.
Trying to make it up inside the top 5 for the first time tonight.
Got a little racy off into turn number 2. Imagine we almost had some contact there. Alex Bell right in the middle. We almost went 4 wide there out of turn 4. 3 wide, the 12 car still in the middle of it all. Here comes Ortega trying to take advantage of it. Where do you go?
I would back off right now. That 12 looking a little bit loose. Wait till he gets it back underneath him, because he was a really slippy slidey and almost caused a wreck there.
Dalton Cowden in that 34 on the Patriot sponsored machine on the inside lane. He was all sorts of sideways out of turn 2. And look at this mess from the sky, Finian. I don't want to be out there. I like being up in here in the booth where I'm a little safer.
Yeah, this does not look like Iowa. This looks more like Daytona from the way these guys are racing. Whoa!
Robert Hill Jr. drove in deep, as did Jesse Pierce in the 17. Was right on board. And look at the run he gets on the outside lane.
Yeah, these guys are being very cutthroat here tonight. The guys are making mistakes. They're going to take advantage of it. They're not backing down.
Bruce Boyer in the 14. He's trying to just get out of the way. There's so many cars to his inside. He's rim riding like Larson right now. Here comes the 18 of Alec Martinez to the inside.
Martinez up inside the top 20, trying to still move up some spots. We'll move to the inside of Bruce Boyer.
Robert Hill Jr. really understeered big time off into turn 1. Lost a bunch of spots this last lap, maybe trying to back out. Big crash for the 70 on the back straightaway. Huge impact, and the caution is out again.
And Matt White, that's going to be a retirement right there. That was a hard lick to the inside wall.
Oh, man, that was a vicious impact. He's all torn up.
I'm amazed that thing has not started smoking it, because that was a massive hit.
Yeah, as high as 13th tonight. Had a good run going. And into the wall in the back straightaway. Let's see how it started. I'm going to bet maybe some... Ooh, we just got loose out of turn 2. And door slammed Ortega and the 24 of Bailey Turner and into the wall. Just got loose. And Ortega has just been a pinball tonight, hasn't he? Oh. Everyone behind it, a really good job getting woed up and not making that a bigger mess. Go back and run on board with the 24. He's been getting pinged off of left and right. Midfield's a dangerous place to be, Finian.
Taking Turner victims there. White got loose off the corner.
On board with Adam Cabot. The only indication he had that something was going wrong is everyone next to him backing out of the throttle. So good job of everyone to miss that. The only casualty of that is the 70 of Matt White. I think that car is probably done as he leaves the racetrack. Eric Hutton is 2 laps down, and now with the retirement of Matt White, he's the only driver that is laps down. So hopefully he can get those laps back as the night goes on. So 3 cautions to slow the progress here early. AJ Stravato has taken the lead as the leader, the 42 of Brian Chambliss. I think he has come down to pit lane.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he is. He's in 13th place.
So the first of the drivers come down on this sequence. Are you surprised by that at all?
On that particular run, yeah, I'm surprised. The first run was pretty decent. You know, I would say come in, but for this one, that was pretty short, so I wouldn't have come in. So I mean, he hasn't lost a whole lot of positions.
Here's a fun fact. Right now, the highest running Dash for Cash driver is Alec Martinez, all the way back in 18th place.
Yeah, so money probably not going to get handed out, at least at this stage in the race. But
so Josiah Vincent is in 29th. Jeremy Miller, well, the only other Dash for Cash driver in this race, other than the 18 and the 4, is sitting down in 24th place with some pretty heavy left side damage from the second caution of the night. Started 10th. He's all the way back in 24th. And that number 30, the Daytona winner from the first race of the season. Has not exactly been the cleanest of seasons after that, although he actually competed for the win at the end of the race last week at Bristol. Almost won that race, had some things kind of not go his way towards the end. So AJ Stravato leading the race now, Finney. This is a pretty powerful driver. Your thoughts on whether he could steal one? This guy deserves
honestly,
more wins than he has.
I was gonna say, if anything, if he doesn't actually have the chance of getting it, I just hope that he does, because I think he's definitely earned a win to his name by now. He's been very persistent. He's just gotten really rotten luck. Same thing too for Levi Zielinski in the 3-wide series, and both he's just really struggled. To no fault of his own, just wrong place, wrong time for a lot of scenarios. And I think Servato's pretty much in the same book, but yeah, again, he's in a very perfect place right now. He's currently leading this race. He's got a strong car underneath him. As long as he doesn't get himself involved in anything, I think he's going to be good. And that's where I think Brian Chambliss is kind of putting himself in a bad spot, because he's stuck back in around the midfield. We've seen quite a few wrecks happen around that spot, so I'll be a little bit careful as a 42, because a lot of guys are slipping and sliding around where he is.
I would argue that track position tonight is going to be far more important than tires, at least on the shorter runs.
Yeah.
I don't see tires being a huge impact like they would be at a place like Atlanta or Fontana or something like that. I think I'd much rather be out front, let everything happen behind me, but we'll see how this works out for the 42 as we get the 1 to green. The pace car shuts the lights off, and now Tim Downey Jr. and Zach Halpern, the teammates, up inside the top 5.
And we'll see what they're able to do. They've been lurking there. Obviously, I haven't had a whole lot of green flag laps, but they have kept their spots inside the top 5, and we'll see what they can do as one of the few Toyotas out there on the field.
Now, take a quick look at the manufacturer lineup so far tonight.
And a lot of bow ties. Also, a good amount of Fords this week as well.
Yeah, a decent number of Fords, although most of them right now kind of mired in the mid-pack towards the rear. Taking it easy, taking it carefully, trying to keep their stuff in one piece to the end of this race. 30 laps into this 160-lap event. 3 cautions slowing the progress so far tonight. We'll see if we can get some green flag runs in. Again, a lot of cars. It's hard to get green flag laps in at a short track with this many, but we're going to try. A lot of catch fencing here at Iowa, huh?
Yeah.
Green flag going to fly once again, and Stravato fires off on the inside lane.
Fantastic start for him, not so much for Tim Downey Jr. on the outside. His teammate Halpern's going to be side by side with him. Imagine they're going to work something out. Indeed they will, as Tim Downey Jr. gets around. And how about Joshua Banks, too, who's going to move himself up into 3rd?
Yeah, Joshua Banks is flying right now up inside the top 5. You see the 26 make a hard left down to the inside of the racetrack. Meanwhile, behind them, the 16 of Clifton Cockrell. He's outside 3 wide, and that's the 6 car up the middle. Wasn't he in a crash earlier tonight?
Yeah, indeed he was, and he's starting to move himself up as well as Elliott Butler. He's slowly creeped his way up through the field, making some passes as some guys are losing. Tim Downey Jr., he was sideways in turn 1.
Sideways enough to leave some smoke. Stack up out of turn 2. Alec Martinez in the middle of it. Look at this mess. Look at this.
I don't want to be anywhere near this right now if I was
it's
one
like
of the drivers.
a horde of
And
angry
you see Stravado
dogs.
come out of the corner and then a
Holy
gigantic
cow.
pack in the mid.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Dalton Cowden in the 34 car all sorts of sideways out of turn 4. I can't believe this. You would have thought we'd had 10 cautions by now.
Yeah, this is absolutely insane.
Well, we thought that with the hot track temps, we'd see drivers spread out some, but that has not been the case so far.
Ooh, Cockrell's in the wall there a little bit on entry. You see Chuck Sweeting, the inside of the 26, trying to make a pass, almost 4 wide there for a second.
Holy cow. There's so many cars out here on the racetrack. The mid-pack has been wild tonight. Yusuf Ghali's been in the middle of it. Off on the outside now, there's Jesse Pierce.
Whoa.
Bryce Calusa trying to make a recovery. The 42 has not really been able to advance on those tires, so good thing to note for later.
So I have to clip this and send this to NASCAR and be like, this is why I should go to Iowa. I think they would absolutely love this.
We want to make everything look like Talladega. This is how. Whoa, 77 loose on the bottom of the racetrack, trying to collect it. He's going to slide backwards a ton of spots.
Yeah, he's going to lose a lot of spots there. You see Chambliss just work his way around. Chambliss hasn't moved up a single spot since the restart. It's still running in 11th.
He's on the bottom of the racetrack, though. That could be one of the reasons why. Big stack up. Bruce Boyer in the fence on the back straightaway. And Alex Bell in the 15. Hey, the default iRacing cameras to zoom out a little bit. There's so many. Oh, car in the wall. Oh, big mess. And Brian Chambliss is in it.
Yeah.
No, he's not. He's not in it. Sorry.
No, Joshua Banks is in it, though.
That's who I saw, and I thought it was the 42. But there were so many cars in this one. We're going to have to go up above. Holy cow.
Yeah, I was going to say, if I knew that this was going to be a pack race, I would have made the cameras better for it.
I mean, unbelievable. So this started with the 13, I think. Oh, the 36. Oh, they got in the wall. The 26. Oh, man. And the 13 spins right in front of traffic.
Wow.
Golly's in it. Butler's in it. Cockrell's in it.
Get a ride on board with the 18 of Alec Martinez.
Well, he's 8th now, so he must have made it through, huh?
Yeah, I was going to say, I hope he's a Catholic, because C's have parted for him.
Yeah, that was a battle for 2nd place.
Look at this.
Wow. And Chambliss did make it through. I pulled a Rick Allen there. But big mess behind him as they come to the start-finish line. Here's a look from up in the starter stand. Here's AJ Stravado then for 2nd place.
Yeah, massive wreck, taking out the 3 out of the top 4 drivers. Although, for the most part, these two... Yeah, actually, never mind. It's kind of bad. Quite a bit of damage. You see Elliot Butler, too.
I want to run on board with the 87 of William Troy. I think he got stopped.
Whoa.
Wow.
Traffic jam.
I'll just wait here.
It's a 20-minute delay at Iowa Speedway.
So I'll also run on board with the 36 car. I want to get what his onboard looked like, because I got to figure out whose fault this was here, Finney. Let's take a look.
I think kind of a racing incident, but I would say the 26 probably.
Yeah, he cleared himself a little bit early there. He spun down to the inside of the racetrack. And look at the mess happening in front of him. We'll look from up above, maybe get a bit more of an overhead view here again. The 26 just pulled up the racetrack, gets a little tight, gets on the 36's front bumper, and they get tagged. Really, the 13 spinning up the racetrack is what caused this other mess. But nothing the 13 could have done there. Ooh, Jeremy Miller just made it through in the 30.
Yeah, quite a few names just narrowly made it through this wreck. Boyer, Bowers.
Gas it up.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Yeah,
This is the 6 car
he picked
swinging down the racetrack.
best time to gas that up. That could have been ugly.
All right, so our 4th caution of the night, as we've had some progress slowed up here. The only driver to officially retire from the race is Matt White. Saw Eric Hutton down there at the bottom. I thought he was out. He's not.
Yeah, and he's a lap down. He's only a lap down.
He's gotten one of his laps back. Zach Halpern, I fear this might be the end of the night for the driver of the 26.
Oh, I just got informed Martinez is not eligible for the Dash for Cash. Did not change his numbers to green.
Oh, that is brutal. So that means we only have 2 drivers competing, the 4 and the 30, and right now, Jeremy Miller is the one leading the standings there. Well, that's unfortunate.
Well, on the bright side, if he wins, we still play him, so...
Well, I guess there's that. All right, so let's take a look at our race information so far. We've had one lead change at the front of the field. AJ Stravado officially taking the lead away. We've had 20 caution laps in the... Okay.
We're good? Hey, we're good.
Yeah, we're back. Okay, I don't know what happened there. We just had someone unplug the internet machine for a second. So
It's like a person who's never used a computer. Someone unplugged the internet machine.
I mean, that's pretty much what happened. I don't know what happened. We just lost connection for about 5 seconds for no reason at all, but we're back. So Angelo Ronis in the 29. He's second place. He started the night in 31st.
Yeah, look at that. Teammates up there, 1 and 2. 33 and the 29.
Solid start to the night for both those drivers. All right, we'll see if the lights of the pace car shut off this time by. They do. We'll re-rack them, restack them, try again. Looking from high above the speedway. Still a lot of cars out there. Again, only one official retirement, Matt White, in the 70.
Yeah, so 33 guys putting around there, though. Quite a few guys in the back have a lot of damage that they're going to have to deal with, some more than others. Zach
Halpern did get re-rolling again. He's got some pretty significant damage. But now the 4 of Josiah Vincent, he's buried in traffic right now. But he's really got to go because, there's only one other car out of the 5 that were eligible to run for Dash for Cash Night. There's only one eligible car he has to beat to win the race. So
unfortunately, that guy he's trying to beat is currently in the 13th.
Yeah, there's a lot of cars ahead of Josiah Vincent right now. Mid-pack has been wild. We'll see if it stays the same. It'll be about a 120-lap race now. Lap number 41 will be our 4th restart of the night. AJ Stravado, Ronis, Bowers, Golly, Chambliss, your top 5. And Chambliss, this worked out quite nicely for him. Green flag back in the air, and Stravado fires off.
Great start for him on the outside. Ronis trying to get clear of Brandon Bowers, who's appeared as a force here in the later part of this race. He's trying to deal with Yusuf Ghali on the outside in that 12.
Chambliss right behind everybody, trying to get back to the top spot. He gave it up to come to pit lane a little while ago. We'll see if that'll pay off for him.
Whoa,
the
boy.
31 and the 12 almost making contact out of turn 4.
Play nice, boys. This is getting really spicy here.
Oh, Alec Martinez on the inside lane, trying to make some ground up there.
And guys are loose and all over the place, but somehow still keeping it under wraps.
Am I going crazy, or has the action been following this 12 car all night long? It seems like he's been in the middle of every battle we've seen.
Well, we'll see. He's trying to put a block to Alec Martinez in behind him in 4th.
Adam Cabot in the 77 has been in the middle of the pack all night. He has avoided any major incidents, though. Marcy Martinez up the road, diamonding the corner. He's going to exit low, try to get a run on the 12. Look at that field.
Yeah, they're all nose to tail pretty much from the start of the field to the end of the field.
And Stravado has not been able to pull away like the 42 did. He's got Alec Martinez, who passed 2 cars in the back straightaway. He's coming to the front.
Yeah, you see him diving all the way down to that yellow line. Got to be careful. I don't want to hook that apron. He's got a fantastic run. Wow, he's past Stravado.
Well, he's got really fresh tires compared to everybody else, but he passed a lot of cars to get there. So Martinez to the top spot. A couple drivers pre-race said that he was probably the favorite coming into the night since he tends to run better at racetracks when they're hotter than the sun. Meanwhile, Reggie Ortega has been a pinball tonight, trying to claw his way back towards the front of the field. He's a good short track racer. Remember, last season won at Martinsville, so he's got some work to do, but I think this 2 car will be towards the front, as long as he can keep himself out of trouble. Angelo Ronis restarted 2nd, dropping down the order here, though. He's struggling 3 wide out of turn 4, the 25 in the middle.
He's going to get cleared in behind the 31, also be in front of Jesse Pierce. Is trying to move up some spots here as Pierce is in 7th. Now going to look to the outside of Danny Jr. Will he make it 3 wide off the corner?
Oh, he took a look, but he'll sit in line for now. Double wide, a couple rows deep. 42 at Chambliss has dropped back since the restart. And 4 wide. That's not going to work, guys. Oh, the 29 backs out of it, and somehow they don't crash. Great job there.
Yeah, these guys on all the tires are getting absolutely swallowed up. The guys who haven't not pit since the first caution were Ronis and Stravado. And they're
whoa! Jesse Pierce forces his way to the outside, and Bauer says no thank you, and comes across and covers.
I don't know how that wasn't a wreck right there, but these guys are going to keep it going strong as it's absolute mayhem in behind them.
Whoa, behind him, Dalton Cowden in the fence. Ooh, a shove from Yusuf Ghali. Maybe he didn't appreciate that.
That's Bowers.
Oh, it is Bowers. All right. Usagali typically runs, he does run a Ford scheme. It's just Ford versus Ford EcoBoost. So shoot me for that one, Finny. Come on. There's 34 cars in the field. Caution at the rear of the field. And no, it's the 2 of Reggie Ortega. Well, there's a commentator curse for the 2.
Yeah, banged up on both ends in the front and the back. More so in the rear, though.
Yeah, this is a pretty heavy hit, whatever it was. 30 of Jeremy Miller. Was this the issue?
Or was it 34?
Ooh, Dalton Cowden up the racetrack, got into the 2. The 42 of Chambliss was sideways up in front as well. And into the wall he goes.
That's amazing that more cars weren't collected in there. Look at that, Gavin.
Wow, Gavin did a great job. Look at the 82.
Wow, yeah, these guys have done an amazing job avoiding wrecks tonight.
Can we just appreciate how close that was? I mean, just watch this. Watch how good the 82
this is
does.
really good reaction time. Slammed on his brakes just
Oh my goodness. There's a lot of luck
by.
involved with that too, but I mean, come on. That's pretty good stuff right there. And how did this start again? We'll go up and see how the 2 car, see if we can look from maybe high above and just analyze this. So the 34 car enters, and I don't think he changes his lanes a whole lot. The 2 kind of turns down here. Does the 34 come? I don't know. I don't know if I can put that on the 34. I mean, there's a lot of racetrack to the left, but there's a lot of racetrack to the right. I know the 2's got to make the corner at some point. I think that's maybe the argument you could make, but I don't know. I would just classify that as a racing incident, but unfortunate for the 2.
Yeah, I'm kind of in that. But yeah, just look at the 82 check up, and also Robert Hill too.
Look at this. Great job that they all did. Robert Hill was there contact after? No, we got to ride on board full speed with the 23 car. I guess on the timing and scoring would be the 61, would it not? He's leading the race right now while we're under caution. Bryce Calusa. Give him the trophy for that one, honestly. Here's on board with the 82. Incredible job. I mean, yeah, got a little lucky, but you got to be really skilled to miss something like that. So good job for the 82 of Calusa. Remember, he got in a collision earlier with the 2 car, and that time he managed to miss him. All right, well, guess who's up front? The 50 car, Casey Lakatos. He's pulling his typical strategy of grabbing that extra point for leading the lap.
Yeah. This caution was really good for Servato, and even Angelo Ronas too, because they were starting to drop down the order beyond older tires.
I think Lakatos might actually stay out here. 13 laps is not a whole lot, and they're primarily caution laps.
He might not. I think he's more content just being out on the back. That's usually how he drives. He's more. He'd probably do something like this at the end of the race, but I think he's probably going to just
pretty cutthroat out there right now. I don't know if he wants to be in the middle of it.
Yeah.
And how much would this burn for the 18 to win the race and not get the dash for cash because he forgot to put the numbers on? Well, that would hurt.
That definitely will hurt. But he's definitely going to have to do a lot, though. He's got the 12 of Yusuf Ghali in behind. Servato is also not a slouch in this race.
If we know anything about Yusuf Ghali, is that he's been in the middle of the hurricane all night long. He's got some lightning on the side of the car. I think that's got something to do with it, but it's bringing a curse with him everywhere he goes. He's just had cars all over. Every time I see a big mess of cars, the 12 car is always right in the middle of it. So maybe he's going to bring that fight closer to the front of the field. It's been pretty neutral tonight. Lowest is 17th, as high as 3rd. He's currently, well, make that 2nd place as he comes back around on the start-finish line. All right, Alec Martinez pushing the pace car there a little bit. Pace lap's pretty slow around here, considering it's a short track, about a minute around. Brandon Key in the 51. I don't know if he's entered this series. He might have entered one other race this year. But as far as I know, he's relatively new to the series. He's currently running 17th. Doesn't have a scratch on that number 51 Toyota Camry.
He has not made a start.
Okay, so this is his first start of the season. Started tonight in 19th. He's up to 17th. I don't know, nice, neat-looking paint there. Matches the Camry body lines quite well. All right, 1 to green here. Restart coming up again. We've kind of had a little bit of a messy night so far. We'll see if we can get some green flag laps under our belt as the 18 of Alec Martinez chooses the outside lane for the restart. What's your thoughts on that?
I don't think it's going to matter a whole lot the way usually the guy starting first is going to get going no matter what, get clear of the first lane. So I don't think it'll matter a whole lot for Martinez, but maybe if Yusuf Ghali can get a good enough start, he might be able to charge the inside of Martinez, so who knows. But yeah, track temps drop down to 116 degrees, 9 down from when we started at 125.
Yeah, so that means that the track's going to get grippier, and we haven't really lost a whole lot of cars yet. We only have 2 retirements. Eric Hutton, I don't know why Eric Hutton retired, but he's out for the night. Matt White.
It was recent, too.
Yeah, within 2 laps under this caution period. So I think he just pulled off, said no thank you. All right, starter's got the yellow flag in hand. He'll trade it for a green one here in a moment as pace car pulls back off lap number 54. Martinez brings them back. Green flag back in the air here at Iowa.
Great start for the 18, not so much for the 12. He's going to try to defend from Tim Downey Jr. He's trying to take advantage of the 12 being on the bottom. And here comes Travato up the middle.
Up the middle, 3 wide out of turn 2. And that's for 3rd place right now. And I don't think we're done yet.
And he's able to get in front of Adam Cabot and now dive to the inside of Tim Downey Jr. to make the pass on the 25. And here comes the 29 Aronis, too, trying to move back up and take his lead back.
Here comes Chuck Sweeting in the 26 car up the middle of the racetrack. And going to rim right around the top. Jesse Pierce, the 19 of Martin Sproul, kind of accordioning there at the exit of the straightaway and down into turn number 1.
Yeah, how about Martin Sproul also making inside the top 10 for the first time tonight for the 19? He was back in the order quite a bit. He's now moving himself up quite a few spots.
Yeah, hasn't really been a great start to the season for the 19 car. He ended on a great note last year. The 17 and 15 almost get together there at a turn 4. They'll manage to stay apart. Adam Cabot breaking his way into the top 10 for the first time tonight. I wouldn't be surprised to see him inside the top 5 as he works his way around Ronis, but Ronis will have the outside groove in the center of turn 2.
Yeah, definitely that outside lane is the better lane for passing. You want to be out there for the most part in most situations. Easier to get that run off the corner.
And can't quite get the power down. Brian Chambliss is mired in 11th. I still think back to that one round of pit stops that he came in and gave up that lead. I think he might be regretting that now as he's had trouble getting back up towards the front. Waiting for the field to get spread out so everyone can breathe a little bit. A little claustrophobic out there right now. And there's the 24, Bailey Turner, recovering from the couple accidents he's been involved in tonight.
Yeah, and also, speaking of which, Joshua Banks can be put in that same sentence as well with the damage on his car. As both of them are working together up to the front.
And Turner and Banks clear. Jeremy Miller put themselves up a couple more spots. Alex Bell, Jesse Pierce still nose to tail working inside the top 10. And for 2nd place, Yusuf Ghali, Tim Downey Jr. They tried to battle on the restart. They didn't finish the fight. And now Tim Downey, I think, has the better car right now, but Ghali's going to get the much better run at a turn 2. He'll rocket down the back straight and clear the 25 again. Still a lot of cars out there on the racetrack. Next time through will be 100 laps to go. And starting to get some green flag laps under the belt. There goes the 15 down to the inside of the 17 of Jesse Pierce. Right behind him, that's Chambliss and Sprouse side by side.
Yeah, loose off the corner for the 17 a little bit. Here comes Alex Bell to the inside now, trying to get that spot back. How about Chuck Sweeting, too? He's been making quite a few moves up to the front of the field. As highest I've seen him run in this series in quite a while.
Yep. Sproul inside the top 10 here. He started the night back in 21st place. Been as high as 9th, faded a little bit recently, now trying to recover those positions. Jeremy Miller is still the best driver right now for Talking Dash for Cash. Of course, the 18 invalidated due to the incorrect number color. And Ghali now on the outside as Tim Downey Jr. tries to clear the pass down into turn 1. Can't quite do it. Now he does. Can he slide up on exit? He's going to try, but he can't quite get there. And Ghali tries to fill the hole, and he does.
Yeah, wasn't aggressive enough in clearing that 12, and Ghali taking advantage of that turn over to the outside. Well, it looks like it's a losing battle for now. As Tim Downey Jr. is trying to keep it on the inside. No, off of 4. It's going to be Ghali with a great run on the front straightaway.
A good fight between these two. But I think that outside lane is going to be the one that prevails here. Especially later in the race. We might build some rubber up in the outside groove and make it, or the inside groove rather, and make that a grippier spot, but it'll also heat up the racetrack. We'll see how that factors in later. Bit of a stack up here in 3 and 4. The 33 of Stravato has held on to some positions nicely. He's been as low as 5th place.
And Ronis, too, moving himself back inside the top 5. The 33 and the 29 are really fast cars. I think if we can get another caution or something to stack these guys up, they might have something for Martinez here.
Yeah, Martinez is beginning to pull away right now. He's got some clean air on the nose of that race car. And, of course, he likes when the track is hot and slippery like it is now. He's going to be a hard one to wrestle out of the lead as long as he plays the strategy right.
Looks like the battle for second settled down so they can try to focus on chasing the 18 back down.
Oh, caution towards the rear of the field. And I think it is Elliott Butler in the 6. That's a lot of damage on the 6 car.
Yeah, a lot of damage in the nose and the rear, though. He's missing everything on the rear.
He's been in the wall pretty hard here. Oh, this is a big stack up out of turn 4. Here's a look. Jeff Wright's back here. Brennan Bowers is here. William Troy as well.
It's not Troy directly involved in it. I think he'll might have also had a piece of it.
Oh, he just got loose and then stacked up, and the 31 got a piece of it. Oh, Clifton Cockrell's been bouncing off everyone tonight, but again, we've just seen drivers getting loose all on their own tonight. And he's just sideways and tried to save it.
Wow, he's got a... Jeff Wright's lucky that Butler's tire is hooked up right there. He easily could have been involved in it.
There's Jeff Wright's on board here as he watched the 6 car. I don't even know if we'll be able to see him. It should be a little out of frame, but you can see those front tires turn back to the right there, trying to catch it, and they're going to hook up right as the 48 goes on by. You see the stack up there. The 8 of Jeremiah Vincent spun to the inside to try to miss it. Casey Lakatos got through as well, but...
Still in the grass.
Yeah, that was the 8 car.
Man, Wright looks like he's going to stay out, try to lead a lap.
Well, will he is the question. Yes, he will. He comes across the line, leads the lap.
I don't think he actually led it.
You will be correct about that.
Yeah, so I think he's going to probably stay out another time. I think this is him just trying to make sure he gets a bonus point before this is all said and done. Or he could just be staying out there to ride.
So,
riding first.
Alec Martinez comes to pit lane. He brings everyone with him. I think what you don't want to do is you don't want to get off sequence with the field. I think you want to keep your track position the best you can. And the 18, the 12, and the 25 are going to win the race off pit lane. And Tim Downey Jr. should restart 5th or better, probably even 3rd or better, as Jeremiah Vincent has also stayed out on the racetrack here.
I'm surprised no one's tried taking 2 tires.
You know, we've had this discussion a lot about the 2-tire thing, and I'm just surprised how few people are willing to try it.
Yeah,
I know that it's either 0 or 4. That usually, I mean, 2 tires rarely is the best option. But in a situation like this, relatively short runs, you know, I would be willing to try it now because you're going to have more cautions. You might as well.
And also, you got to consider the fact too, if you're taking 2 tires, you're most likely, especially if you're running pretty high up in the order already, if you're taking 2 tires, you're almost always going to win the race off of pit road. So you're going to be in the lead. You're just going to have the key thing really with this package, which is clean air at these short tracks, which is very important. So not even just for getting the track position, but getting that clean air, I think, is also another factor that's really emerged in this last year of racing this package that really can't be understated. So yeah, I am a little bit surprised that no one's tried it. Now we'll see. The 48 comes in this time by. He's led his 1 lap.
Yeah, so he got that lap on the scoreboard, has gained a point.
Actually, we can pull up when was the last time he came into pit road.
Let's see here. Last time he came to pit lane,
so
yeah, 17 laps ago.
He probably should come down.
I would definitely recommend it, especially, yeah he's going to come.
Oh.
Not there
yet.
Okay. All right. So he'll make his way down to pit lane. Oh, did he stay out? No.
He can't make up his
mind. He was just messing with us at that point. Hold on. That was just messing with the SimTV guys. All that was. That was all that was. Very funny, Jeff. There he goes. Into the box. So Alec Martinez will restart. I assume he'll take the outside lane again. That seems to be his strategy tonight. Yusuf Ghali up inside the top 5, a dangerous driver for sure. Tim Downey Jr. in 3rd. I meant dangerous, like competitive, by the way, not like dangerous like he's going to take people out. Just want to make sure that's clear. Yeah. Where is the 26 of Zach Halpern? Remember, he was in a wreck earlier tonight, coming back down. He's on the lead lap.
Yeah, but I don't think that 26 car is going to be the same as a roll-off, which is really unfortunate because he was running really nicely in this race. We thought he would be a bigger name in the series last year, but didn't really, I guess, live up to that hype. But this year, it looks like he was starting to bring it back around. And even in this race, he was running really well, but this wreck's going to pretty much ruin his chances at a win, I think.
If you remember back to Martinsville last season when Reggie Ortega won, he almost won that race, the 26 car did, and things just didn't pan out that day. There was a late race accident, and there was a lot of frustration expressed that afternoon by Tim Downey Jr. and by Zach Halpern. So I think we haven't really seen them perform quite as well as we would have thought, but this season, I think they're starting to turn things around. I'm starting to see the 25 and 26 at the front of the field more often than not.
And honestly, it's awesome, too, because they went and formed their own team. Both those guys in running Toyota, so It's nice to see that, just going off doing their own thing, and they've also performed. I obviously don't think that has anything to do with that. And Jesus, that's a lot of them. But you look at the top 4, there's only one of them.
It's a well-dressed ballroom right now with all the bow ties out there.
Honestly, that's pretty much like the Cup Series too.
Pretty much.
Toyota and Ford in the front, and Chevy's in the back. Well, I'm just saying.
That's gonna hurt some feelings. All right, restart here, lap number 71. 90 laps to go. Alec Martinez, Yusuf Ghali, AJ Stravado, Tim Downey Jr., Adam Cabot, and Angelo Ronas. The front 3 rows. Green flag back in the air, and Martinez fires off. He's going to try to run away like he did in the last run.
Better start for Ghali now on the inside. Should be able to get past. Actually, no, Stravado's going to rocket around the outside.
Yeah,
this
good run.
He's really got something in his car. Don't know what it is, but he's going to try to chase down Alec Martinez now.
We'll see if Stravado's speed carries over from earlier in the race. That 77 car, I told you, he won at Richmond last season. I know he's good at tracks like this. He's going to be a tough one to beat if he gets some track position. Up inside the top 5 for the first time tonight for the 77.
Yeah, but definitely want to keep my eye on that 29 car, Randall Ronas. Definitely seems like one of the faster guys in the field. He's got the track position, and speaking of track position...
Ooh, real tight. 3 wide out of turn 2. There's Bailey Turner up top, 36 in the middle, and Joshua Jeremy Miller on the bottom of the racetrack. I'm like Rick Allen tonight, messing up all the names.
Yeah, well, it's pretty easy too.
Whoa, no, there they go! The 24 spins across the racetrack, and we're going to get another caution. We don't.
No. Interesting.
That's going to hurt Bailey Turner's feelings, probably.
He's going to be probably really pissed that he didn't get a caution there.
Well, he'll get a chance to... we'll get one eventually, and he's just going to have some track position to make up. So 24 goes for a loop. Meanwhile, for second place, they're all gathering up along the high side of the racetrack. Starting to look like a choo-choo train up there.
Indeed it is. They're all single file, which is very opposite of what we saw in the beginning of this race, when everyone was 3 wide, several rows down.
Alec Martinez leading the way.
Stravado's catching him.
25 of Tim Downey Jr. is also working over the 29 of Angelo Ronas. He's got the 15 of Alex Bell right behind. Alex Bell, a dark horse too. He hasn't won a race yet this season. He's won multiple races in seasons past. Has he won a race?
Wrong team. You said dark horse. SWA.
I didn't. No, that's Dark Smoke. I said dark horse as in like he could win. not talking about the team name there, Finian. But SWA Motorsports, yes.
Yeah.
But a dark horse to win this race. Won multiple races last season. Was a championship contender. I expect that to be the case this season as well. Although, where's he running the points? Actually, I don't have that up. Curious to know where the 15 is.
17th, yeah.
17th.
It hasn't really been a good run for Bell and Banks as they were in last season. They were knocking wins off and really consistent finishes. It hasn't really been their year so far. Again, it's still early on, so they can turn it around, but it really hasn't gone their way.
Yusuf Ghali is now defending 3rd place from Adam Cabot in the 77, the Lawn Tech Camaro. Running inside the top 5. Chuck Sweeting is inside the top 10 in his number 26 car. Then just behind Bryce Calusa. Remember, there was a crash early in the race. He was in it. Now he's recovered back inside the top 15 for the first time since the start.
Yeah, working around the outside of Joshua Banks.
Ooh, look at the 30 car slideways through the middle of the corner.
And Miller, too, has been struggling to just get back to the front of the field. He's been working his way very slowly up. Every time we put the camera on him, he's up a position or 2 from when we last saw him.
Joshua Banks on the bottom of the racetrack. Some damage to the front and rear of that vehicle. Still running half decent. Hopefully he can finish off the night. Reggie Ortega, remember, he got torn up. He's middle 3 wide still. Here's Eli Hinton.
Oh, boy.
We almost went 4 wide there in 3 and 4.
Yeah, I know, and all these guys have been involved in a wreck, except Robert Hill Jr. there, but the 2, the 13, and the 26 have gone for a few spins here and there. And even the 4, too, Josiah Vincent, who's never been able to recover from what happened to him earlier. He's stuck back outside of the top 20.
Eli Hinton really not able to recover tonight. There's the 2 and the 23. They almost got together on a turn 4. Getting a couple laps into this green flag run now. We're going to start seeing people get a little braver as they get spread out and feel like they can make moves, more moves without penalty. Battles all over the racetrack, left and right, just trying to pick the best ones right now. Banks and Sproul. Remember, Sproul is starting to claw his way back towards the front of the field. That's really where he belongs, pace-wise. Just hasn't found his way there yet tonight. Chambliss and Alex Bell, they're door-to-door.
Chambliss working his way to the inside. And Bell all the way to the outside on the almost in the wall. He's running really close to rim riding out of turns 3 and 4.
Well, you can really get a lot of speed up there if you make that work, but you have to be careful. That wall will grab you on corner exit if you don't line it up just right. So Martinez has not pulled away on this run. Storado has definitely kept him closer than the previous run before this. So I don't know if Martinez is necessarily the best car out here, but he certainly has clean air, which is going to help him in the long run.
Yeah, I'm curious what Stravado's game plan is here. If he's just going to try to stay a safe distance away from the 18 and not get that aero wash and keep his tires fresh, or if he's just going to, you know, just wait it out, maybe wait for some lap traffic and try to use it as a pick.
83 laps complete of 160, past the halfway point here in ORL race number 5 of the season. You see the 50 car in the background. He was actually slow out of turn 2, letting some drivers by, and that's going to be tight. The 13 and the 2 get together, and Reggie Ortega tries to save it, and he will, but we're not done yet.
Yeah, definitely not done yet. There's a swarm of cars in behind him, and caution out, not for this, but a separate incident up the field.
I don't actually know what happened.
Yeah, I don't either. I think someone went for a half spin, maybe.
I saw it up the road. I think I saw the 51 in Brandon Key a little slow. I don't know if it was him or not, but Oh, hello.
Yeah.
It was him. I don't know what exactly happened here, but let's get another look from up above.
These guys are side by side on the front straightaway. Here they are out of the turn. Doesn't look like
34 drifts up. Do they get hooked together here? Oh, yeah. Just got to leave a little bit more room than that. The 51 half spin. Nice save by Brandon Key.
I don't know what Calvin was expecting there. I mean, he already had the 51 pretty much up by the wall.
Yep.
So.
All right, well, we're going to jump to break momentarily. We'll be right back for the restart. It'll be about lap 88. We'll be right back.
To get the best result, it's all about ambition, hard work, and doing the right things right. In 1982, 2 Dutch brothers invented an automatic way to time RC races. The system of the company, called AMB-IT, was quickly adopted by pro racing series like NASCAR and IndyCar. Automating for participation sport events was also invented in the Netherlands by Champion Chip in the early 90s, giving athletes a personal chip time of their performance. In 2008, the 2 companies joined forces and MyLapse Sports Timing was born. We never stop innovating with state-of-the-art timing systems and digital services to enhance the event experience. With our X2 platform, we bring motorsports timing to a whole new level with 2-way communication. Our event app and photo video create the ultimate event experience for athletes and fans with live data and personal content like photos and videos. SpeedHive provides a pro-level racing experience for amateur and club events by analyzing personal data. We capture performances of over 20 million racers and athletes every year and use live data to spark emotions. MyLapse. Experience progress.
Welcome back live to SimTV. Coming up for the restart, lap number 90 of 160 here for the Outsider Racing League, round number 5 at Iowa. Yusuf Ghali, Alec Martinez, they're sharing the front row for the restart. The 18 has been the leader for the last couple dozen or so laps, although the 33 of AJ Stravado was keeping him honest. We'll see if he can jump back up there and keep him honest once again on another long run here. There'll be about 71 laps to go. Martinez leads the way. Ghali, Cabot, Stravado, Tim Downey Jr., your top 5. And green flag is going to be back in the air, and Martinez is going to fire off and try to drive away.
Reynolds racing down towards
no!
Back in the back.
The 24 goes around right at the start-finish line and immediately back to yellow. And that'll probably be night over for Bailey Turner. Just jumped on the brakes and got turned.
Yeah, I think, okay, so here's what I see what happened. I think Turner was trying to get a good start, but he saw that the inside lane checked up, and
yeah,
that's unfortunate.
Really not great restart control there, but anyway, caution out again. Let's take a look at our race information. We're not going to bore you with watching everybody pacing again, so we're going to play some more sponsor commercials here, but has not been the cleanest race of the season here so far. But again, this is a challenging racetrack, challenging combination. I'm honestly surprised we haven't had more yellows at this rate. But we're going to jump back to break just so you can watch something different. If you're curious in the meantime, you should open up another tab and you should head to a couple different places. You should head to Mission 22's website. They're the sponsor for Tuesday's Fuel Mission 22 Cup Series. Of course, they aid in issues with veteran suicide and depression. So if you want to head over there, give them a donation. We'd gladly appreciate that, as well as if you want to go head over to Twitter. Actually, everyone that's watching, we got 23 people watching right now. Everyone do this. If you have a Twitter account, tweet at look up the account for the Coca-Cola bottling plant of Kokomo. They're the Indy Elite sponsor, and tweet them and say we love you, and then tag us in it, and they'll get a kick out of that.
Or just say SimTV sent you.
Yeah, they're just a super cool sponsor, and we really appreciate them, and we want some free Coke. So if you guys want to go and tag them on Twitter, that'd be super cool of you guys to do that. Also, if you have not subscribed yet, please hit that button. Make sure you come on back here. Tomorrow night, we got 2 races going on, and then Monday we got 1, Tuesday we got 1, Thursday we got 1, Saturday we got 1, and then Sunday we got 1. So we got a lot coming up the next week, about 6 or 7. We'll see you there. We'll be right back. Welcome back live to SimTV. Have you gone and tweeted the bottling plant of Coca-Cola, whatever it's called? Have you tweeted the Coca-Cola bottling plant of Kokomo, Indiana? Because if you have not done that, then you have disobeyed us. Not thrilled with that. So make sure you go and tweet them. I want free stuff, and I want them to love me, and I want to love them. So tweet them.
Don't tweet that though.
Don't tweet that I want free stuff. Just tweet them and say that all the Sim TV people love you because you're awesome and super engaging with the fans and streamers. So thank you so much to the Coca-Cola Bottling Plant of Kokomo. Make sure you tweet them and send them that. All right, on the back straightaway now. Martinez leading the way again on the outside lane. Yusuf Ghali on the inside. AJ Servato, Adam Cabot. The rest of your top 5. Nope. Tim Downey Jr.'s in there as well. All right, it'll be about 65 laps to go here, Finian. Your thoughts? We see some marbles getting in the outside groove. Is that going to be a challenge for some of these drivers?
I don't think so, considering a lot of the guys are running up in that outside groove, so I think it's going to get, I guess, pushed further into the wall. I don't know. It should be relatively clean. There's been a lot of guys running up there.
All right, green flag back in the air. 65 to go here at Iowa.
Oh, and Cabot making it 3 wide on the start to the inside. He will go.
Woohoo! Here comes the 12 up the middle. 3 wide out of turn 2. Cabot gets strung out on the bottom of the racetrack. Can't get the run off the corner. There's Brian Chambliss at the bottom right of your screen trying to make up some spots. Cabot dives to the inside right along that yellow line trying to make up some ground.
Yeah, the problem is he loses so much speed off the corner. Ghali getting squeezed just a little bit on exit. And here comes Angelo Ronas trying to snake his way through to move to the outside of the 12. Can't get it done. Ghali now back to 2 wide.
Still some fighting back here. I see Robert Gaba, Brandon Case side by side at a turn 2. Do they make contact? No. There's Jimmy Miller up the road. Remember, he has to win the race to pick up that Dash for Cash money at the end of the night. And right now, the driver that he's fighting with is a couple spots behind him in 19th place. Of course, Martinez invalidated without having those green numbers on the side of the car. Bryce Calusa working his way towards the top 10 after being involved in an early wreck. He's getting closer and closer. Martin Sprouse got the spot that he wants. The intensity's going to pick up. If this wasn't an intense race already, you haven't seen anything yet.
Oh, boy.
Oh, golly, and that got really tight there. I don't know about that.
Yeah, Ghali, it did get tight indeed.
Tim Downey Jr. back to the inside lane. That is Alex Bell on his outside. Chambliss still trying to claw back from that pit stop he made earlier in the race, hoping he'd get better tires. Yeah. Lost some track position.
On the bright side, though, he's been running pretty well, all things considered. Inside, trying to move himself up into 7th now on the outside of Tim Downey Jr. Now running in behind Alex Bell up the road. You can see Cabot, he's side by side with Ronas, and unfortunately going to have to pull in behind the 29, who will move up into 4th.
Martinez has been setting the pace in the later part of this race. 60 laps to go at the start-finish line. That's not a whole lot of racing here. It's about 20 minutes worth of racing if we go green to the end. And Ghali up the racetrack in turn 4. Ronas takes a hard left down to the bottom of the track, trying to build a run, but he couldn't do it.
He couldn't get it done, but they're going to sorting themselves out for the moment here. Tim Downey Jr. is trying to get past Joshua Banks, who's on the inside 8th, and Banks moving his way up slowly with that damaged car.
Bryce Calusa on the 82. Again, this has been a remarkable recovery up the road. You see the 29, again, pulling that hard left at corner exit, trying to build a run on the 12. And this time he's there. Can he make the pass down in turns 1 and 2? He might have to use up the 12 a little bit. He doesn't, but can he now clear the 12 on corner exit?
Should be able to add quite a bit of distance, and will slide up indeed in front of Yusuf Ghali. Does Ghali try to pull to the inside? No, he stays in behind. Here comes Adam Cabot, though. To the inside he goes.
A big dive for the 77. Almost pulls even with the 29 through the middle of the corner, but can't put the power down on exit.
So now Ronas up inside 3rd. This 29 is a car. He's definitely a force to be reckoned with, but can he get past not only his own teammate, but also try to catch the 18? Because no one's been able to catch Martinez tonight so far.
They haven't really had enough green flag laps to wear out the tires and go test them out. Brian Chambliss trying to claw his way back. He started on pole tonight. He led the first bunch of laps in the race, 24 of them to be exact. Then came down pit lane, and ever since then, it's been a struggle. Ooh, the 12 of Ghali real slow through 1 and 2. And Adam Cabot was able to get on by. Alex Bell stuck in behind the 12 car right now. This is getting tight out of turn 4.
Yeah, Chambliss trying to slot himself in front of the 15 will do exactly that. Here comes Joshua Banks, the inside of the 42 hour. Banks has been making that inside lane roll.
I don't know if we've really seen anybody outside of Martinez really show if they're the strongest car in the field. We've seen so many cars run well tonight or run poorly tonight. I don't know who we can pick to win this race. If it's not going to be the 18, I don't know who it's going to be.
I think it's going to be the 33 or the 29. That's not just because they're running second and third. They've constantly put themselves back
Whoa!
in position. Chambliss hard into the corner.
Wow, he drove in there so deep, got the car all sorts of sideways on the brakes. Maybe trying to move that brake bias around to get a bit of a different handling characteristic, but there's some risk to that. You can lock up those rears or lock up the fronts and still trying to make ground.
He's still a little bit loose there on entry. We'll see if he can fix that.
Right up against the wall out of turn 4.
Rockets to the outside. Alex Bell trying to follow Gali on through, but can't get it done as Bell charges to the inside and clears the 42 on entry.
The ride's going to get out the exit of 2, though. The 15 slips up the racetrack. Here comes Chambliss back, and then Javelin Camaro going to take a look to the inside in turns 3 and 4. Try a different line. It's the 12 on the outside. Maybe planning on using Gali as a pick, but they're both going to get a good run out of turn 4. They're going to trap the 42 on the bottom again.
Ooh, Bell with a move late into corner entry. Will dive to the inside of Gali. He should be able to clear that 12 by a mile.
And for 6th place, Alex Bell takes it away and sets his sights as Chambliss checks up. Here comes Tim Downey Jr. for 8th place in contact. The 42 is going to spin in turn 3. Huge impact in the turn 4 barrier. Going to get clobbered by the 14.
It's the big one.
Robert Hill Jr.,
It's
the big one in turn 4.
And everyone's involved. Wow. DC Lakatos comes to a dead stop, trying to let everyone.
Second time he's done that tonight.
Don't blame him. A lot of guys wrecked. There was a parking lot there in turn 3 and 4.
The pole sitter tonight is crashed out on lap 109.
I actually kind of want to take another look at it because 25, it kind of looked like he might have made them malicious there at the end.
Let's take a look. Let's look from high above. It's gonna be nice and quiet here. We're gonna take a break and let's analyze this like I guess like golf announcers. I guess just real quiet.
So out of the turn.
Okay, all right, let's not take it too literally. So the 42 gets loose here on corner exit. You see him kind of bobble there a little bit. The 25, he gets checked up. I think he feels like he might have gotten blocked. The 42 comes down the racetrack to block the 25 again. I think he gets blocked once. I think twice he might have gotten a little...
Yeah, you can see they both slow down to the corner, and then 25 stops slowing down just a little bit more.
And, and Jeremy Miller got up in that
so
as well.
many cars involved in this. Josiah Vincent, Robert Hill Jr., Reggie Ortega,
Martin
Bowers,
Sproul, the 26...
Halpern, Bowers.
But look at the 25's taken out as well. He got crashed in this as well. So both those cars got wrecked. But again, I think the 42 pulls down to block. I think that was enough for the 25. You know what? Fair game. The 42 pulled down the racetrack. Look, it's fair move on the 42's part, but I think it's a self-policing thing if you throw a block. But obviously, you feel different.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure also the admins too, because they're not entirely pleased with the way this race has gone, especially to have 7 cars taken out in one wreck here.
Look at Casey Lakatos locking up the brake. Look at him all locked up trying to stop.
I mean, Chambliss, this is the only time I really think that Chambliss was trying to defend his position like that, so he threw a block on him once. I don't really think that warrants a move like that, but
you're welcome to feel how you want to feel. I don't have a horse in the race. I don't really see it either way. I definitely see how if the 42 came down the racetrack, that's on him. But I guess as Lakatos was a little, almost not even here to miss the wreck. But you see everyone stacking up. Yeah, and this looks like Talladega.
Yeah, it's a whole track with a block. I think it was just like, I'm just going to brake before I get hit into by someone that's trying to get back up to speed.
Wow, what a mess.
Yeah.
Let's go back a little farther and watch this from the turn 3 area to see the 25 come into the view here. And just, you know what, yeah, I mean, you look at it, it definitely looks different depending on what angle you choose. Let's ride on board with the 25.
I mean, I've seen much more malicious blocks. I don't know.
All right, well, the Lord has spoken. So, well, neither of those guys won out in that whole deal. They're all crashed. And meanwhile, Zach Halpern, who was involved in that wreck, but he's currently leading the race. Everyone else has, I believe, come to pit lane to get fresh tires.
So, and again, this is what I'm kind of surprised about. Why does no one here decide to take 2 tires and we're gonna have race? So I'm really just there, wait for a caution down the line, come back in and get 4, but so
well, okay, I probably shouldn't really say this on stream, but it's not like anybody here really is gonna say anything. So we're hearing some rumors that next year in 2020, that Grid Life may or may not be replacing Atlanta, where we were a couple weeks ago, with the Charlotte Roval, which would be so cool.
That'd be pretty dope.
I want that so bad. Also, apparently, there may or may not be a GLTC race at COTA, which would
that's
be
also
really cool.
freaking cool. Because COTA, one of the probably... Definitely, regardless of whether you like the track or not, it's a pretty solid racetrack. I think you have to.
It's just such a cool facility.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's one of the best racing facilities in this country. They put so much money, and it really shows, and it's a beautiful racetrack. Just to go there will be really cool.
I am so grateful that we have come so far with all the support of all the 910 of you that have subscribed to the SimTV network to help get us on the Grid Life broadcast, which is where we were. I did Gingerman out in June, and then Finian came with me down to Road Atlanta back at the end of August to do some commentating for GLTC, and hopefully, I'm hoping and praying they'll bring us back next year, Finian, because I want to go to the Roval and Dakota so bad. We'll see how that works out. Hopefully that's going to happen. I hope and pray. All right. Getting down to 45 laps to go, Zach Halpern and Alec Martinez in control of the race, and a bit of a stack up there on the restart. This 26 car was the control car, and that kind of stacked everybody up.
Yeah, I thought he came to the pits, didn't realize he was leading, but he is currently in the lead, stacked everyone up, and is going to try to drive off into the lead as Halpern, Martinez and Stravado fighting.
Wow, out of turn 2, in the wall goes the 18. Down the back straightaway, 3 wide for the lead. Stravado on the inside. Can we make it out of this alive?
I don't know. It's going to be pretty tough. And here comes Cab with a big run. He's going to work to the outside of Halpern and even Stravado, who got...
This is going to be a mess.
Yeah, Stravado drew the short end of the stick there on the inside. Couldn't really get anything done there. And Halpern's a sitting duck right now. I think he's tried something. Didn't really work. But I got to applaud him for trying.
Oh, man. Here comes the 34 up the middle of the racetrack. Kenny's going to make that work. He's going to try. There he goes. Now the 26 moves well out of the way. I think he's maybe accepted at this point. That strategy wasn't going to do him a whole lot of good. Remember, he just got torn up in that wreck. Yeah. So he was at the back of the field, decided to stay out, maybe throw something at the wall and hope it sticks.
Honestly, don't blame him. The way the race has been going, he might have been able to pull that off with a lot of short cautions or short green flag runs.
He tried.
Yeah, so he's going to drop to the back. Alex Martinez is going to take the lead, not dominant lead though, as Cabot's on a big charge to the front.
Yeah, that's 77. I told you at the beginning of the race, this is going to be the guy you're going to have to beat tonight. Right now, as they come across the line, Cabot was a 10th quicker in that 77 Lawn Tech Camaro. Can he chase down that 18 car of Alec Martinez?
Yeah, this is going to be tough too, because he's going to be driving all in that 18 dirty air.
Whoa!
Oh, and I think you saw a car going loose off
34, Dalton Cowden, he saved it.
Yeah. Great save for him. He's also having a great run. He's in 6th right now, trying to get ahead of...
29, going to scrape the fence out of turn 4. About an inch and a half between those two cars on the straightaway. Meanwhile, behind him, Bryce Calusa was middle 3 wide, and that's a 26 car on the outside lane.
And how about Eli Hinton?
Where did he come from?
He didn't have a nose on his car for a while.
He got buried earlier in the race. He's fighting back late on lap 118. Cowden up the racetrack trying to build some runs. He's going to get around the 29 of Ronis. Now the rules are reversed from 1 lap ago. Alex Bell inside the top 10 as well. Behind, deeper in the field, there's Brandon Key all over the... actually, that's the 21 of Eddie Treco. All over the back of Brandon Key, and the 26 in the middle of the racetrack. This is for 12th. Everyone's scattering.
Everyone's scattering for room here. Halpern still on his...
Ooh.
Whoa. Still on a slide to the back. Pierce almost makes contact.
Whoa, he's sideways!
Though.
Can he save it? No! Yes, no! There goes the 4.
No.
They're all going to crash on the straightaway. Lakatos is in it.
Oh.
And caution out again. Whoa, no!
Oh, man. Oh. And after staying out of everyone's way.
Holy cow.
He gets
the longest
demolished.
wreck in history right there.
Yeah.
Man, that was something.
Grab a bowl of popcorn. It's going to take a while.
Oh, man. The 17 gets loose. 51 gets into him. Nothing anybody did wrong here. Just bad timing. And the 50 almost had some minimal damage here. Then look out. Oh, Sweeting drills him in the right rear.
I wonder if Sweeting got hit from behind, because I saw the 2 of Ortega.
Either way, Sweeting is out of the race. He's just pulled the car back behind the wall.
Yes.
48 of Jeff Wright was sideways. Oh, Reggie Ortega tried to shoot the gap and missed. Oops. All right. And we're back. Let's take a look at our race information so far. 10 cautions, double digits for the first time this season, I think.
Oh!
Oh, Alec. Okay, everyone's coming.
Interesting. Alright, so now if I'm a crew chief on any one of these guys' boxes and I'm not the 18, I'll be yelling at them, screaming in the ear, come down, take 2 tires. Because we didn't really have much of a green flag run, so your left sides are going to be
You're the
fine.
two-tire man over there, Larry Mack. You gotta calm down.
because no one. Again, I'm surprised considering the way this. I'm going to be Larry Mack even more. The trends of the race.
Okay,
we have
all right,
10
Mr.
cautions.
Trends of the race.
We've had 10
Dude,
cautions.
okay, when he says trends of the race, he means like the trends over several races, not just the trend in this.
Okay, trend of the race.
Okay,
I'll
all
change
right.
the words around.
All right.
But the way this race has gone has been very short on green flag runs. You're not going to pass the 18 on speed. Best is try to pass him on the track. And actually, did Robert Gaba?
Robert Gaba is that car's not gonna.
Yeah, and so it looks like no one's going to take.
Looks like got the top off the Hooters car, huh?
It's not really the top, but the front's off. I'll
boy.
give you that.
There you
Now.
go.
Yeah, so looks like the order is
Got
mostly
some
the same.
frontal damage there. Oh man, I'm 5. Alec Martinez, though, this race has been pretty good for him. He's led 71 laps.
Yeah, almost 9 laps away from leading the most. So you're gonna have to pry this race away from this 18.
Someone might try that. I'd say the front bumpers of these cars are a pretty effective pry bar. I mean, take a look at this car. It's got all sorts of pry bars sticking out of it.
I was gonna say, and also we have green white checkers too, so I don't think someone's gonna be too afraid.
Do you know? Do we have unlimited? How many do we have? 3?
I think we have 3 for these guys.
Enough to be a problem.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're not running a limit. I think.
I'm confident. If we even have a green white checkered, I'm confident it'll just be 1. I mean, these guys have been getting past the restarts okay. It's just 10, 15 laps into the run is where we start to see a couple incidents here and there. But, we started with 34 cars. We're down to only 28, which really isn't all that bad.
Yeah, a lot of them, really, except that last one, there haven't been that many big incidents and heavy hitting incidents as well. The last one was really, the second last one was really bad.
So, we'll be about, what are we going to be? 35? 35 laps to go?
Yeah, 35 laps to go.
Roughly, give or take. Several. The scenic cams are just beating the cars around the racetrack. They're just beating them around. Take a look at Iowa Speed. I don't think I've ever used this camera before. I'm just taking a gander, seeing what we got.
I don't think there's really that many.
You got rid of the gas price camera.
I think it's still in the scenic one.
Is it? I want to see.
I think it is.
I want to see what the prices are changed.
I really wish they did that. It would
That'd
be a
be so
huge
cool.
waste of development time, but it would be really fun.
I think, yeah. So basically, what we're joking about here is, if you're new to if you haven't seen a broadcast here at Iowa before, Finian had set up a camera to. There's a gas station locally near the racetrack, and it's got some their placard of all the gas prices. And Finian had a camera that was literally just trained on the gas prices. If they ever changed, they haven't. Pretty cheap gas. It was like $2.17 a gallon. Or something.
I was gonna say, when we went down to Atlanta, the gas is quite a bit cheaper.
Gas was so cheap in Atlanta, and I really wish it was cheap here like that.
It really is interesting because I've never really been like that for.
Harry Potter has joined the chat.
Yeah, freaking near-plane bias. Anyway, but yeah, because I've never really been on the road anywhere far away from where I
You've gone to
normally
India.
live. Well, okay, I phrased it wrong. I've never been far away enough to where I need gas, so I never really noticed like gas prices like far away from where I am. And
it was like $2.15 a gallon.
And most of the time I've usually been in like a pretty populated center, so prices are around the same where it is here in New York. But yeah, it was significantly cheaper down there. It was amazing to see.
Yeah, so right now gas is like $2.75 a gallon in Binghamton, where we are, and in Atlanta, I'm pretty sure it was like $2.15, $2.20 a gallon.
Yeah, it was in the low
$2
range.
So pretty.
What on earth is going on here?
Well, a bit of a mix-up here at the front of the field. There goes Cabot taking his place in line. Restart with 35 to go. Martinez in control. Green flag back in the air, and already a bit of an accordion starting there with the 34 and the 15. Looking to the outside, can't make it work.
Can't make it work. Banks with a great start on in behind. Alec Martinez will easily clear the 77. Can that 36 get anything done? Or the 33 who rockets around Adam Cabot.
Yeah, Joshua Banks is finally up inside the top 5. He hasn't been there all night long. He might be a threat. Also, the 13 of Eli Hinton, his car is pretty torn up, but he's been making some pace in that 13 car. He's got to get by a few strong cars like Sproul, Ronis, and Alex Bell, but he's there.
Well, almost gets into Ronis, speaking of which, but he's 3 wide. He's got Jeremiah Vincent to the inside.
Oh, Dalton Cowden up the road. Look at that middle 3 wide.
Oh, he's still going to go 3 wide. He's going to dive down below Josef Gali, and Stravato put back in behind the 12.
Oh, man, out of turn 4. Closing in on 30 laps to go. Martinez leads the way. Alex Bell side by side with AJ Stravato, who started on the front row tonight. The other front row driver, that's the 42 of Brian Chambliss. He's destroyed.
Whoa, Alex Bell loose off the corner. He's going to slide up in front of AJ Stravato. The slide job right there.
There's the 19 of Martin Sproul looking up the high side of the racetrack. Will we see anybody slide up in front of him? The 33 might take it for granted. He does, slots in the spot. So does the 15 of Bell, and now Stravato back to the inside for turn 1.
Just for a moment with Stravato back to the inside of the 15. Can't get it done.
They had a bump big time there. Couldn't get the car rotated.
Yeah, he's been trying to make the inside lane work, but yeah, I don't know if it's the way he's been running it, but hasn't been able to get it to work. Here comes his teammate now on the 29, Angelo Ronas, to his inside.
Look at that mess back there. There's Tim Downey Jr. in the middle of it all. Whoa, out of turn 4. Stacked up behind him. The 13 of Eli Hinton got door slammed. There's the 8 of Jeremiah Vincent back here as well.
Yeah, this is a wreck waiting to happen in this big pack of cars. It's really bad around 15th place. There's Jeff. Oh, car spinning. Speaking of which.
Josiah Vincent in the 4 and the 31 of Brandon Bowers. 30 laps to go and another crash on the back straightaway. We haven't actually seen a whole lot back there this race.
Yeah, I was going to say turn 2 is usually a trouble spot.
This is already stacked up. And the 4 and the 31 spun together. We'll see how it started. Oh, the 4 drove in really deep, got into the 25. I don't know, was there some frustration there maybe?
I have no clue, but
Looked like it. He drove in there really deep.
I don't see why. He wasn't.
Let's go back and find out.
Entirely near.
No, he wasn't even near him.
Yeah.
This is building up the lap prior.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think the 25 had anything to do with anything. But he drove off in there like he wanted to clear him out, but he just missed. Look how hard he drives in. He just drives in so hard. He's actually going to lock up the brakes and start sliding. And then right here, he's going to correct an oversteer condition, tag the 31, and send him around. And the Dash for Cash drivers have had awful luck today. And Alec Martinez, had he been eligible, he would be winning this money right now.
I think I know why he wrecked him. Guess who's the Forest teammate? Think use your memory.
Wait, hold on. Guess who's the Forest
teammate?
teammate?
Who did the 25 wreck?
The 25 wrecked the 42.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah, there you go. There's the light bulb. Yeah. So I think that's why he drove so hard into the corner there. I think he wanted to get some payback for his on his teammates' behalf.
I mean, see, when the race is already gone like this, you might as well do it in this race, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's not hurting my feelings. It's a Saturday. I got nothing else better to do.
Yeah, it really is Saturday. We don't have something
better to do. You know what I made for dinner tonight? What did you think about that soup? I thought that soup was really good.
I thought the soup was pretty good, too.
I made Three Sisters soup. Now, I'm very in touch with Native American culture, even though I'm the whitest person ever to exist on
I don't
planet
think you're allowed to say that.
But I made a Three Sisters soup. So the Three Sisters, if you're not so familiar with the Iroquois Native Americans, were corn, beans, and squash. So tonight I made a Three Sisters soup, which was sweet corn, white navy beans, butternut squash.
Oh, I forgot there were beans in there.
Yeah, apple cider. I did too. Where'd they go?
you know what?
The
they might be bottom. Yeah,
oh, well.
I was remembering back to you. Oh my God,
I don't remember eating any beans.
We bought beans.
Yeah, so it was apple cider, then chicken stock, and then what else was in there? Potato, onion, apples.
There's a lot of stuff in there.
Yeah, it was good. It took a while to make, but it was pretty straightforward. I mean, you can't really mess up making a soup.
I will say I don't think the apples did it for me.
I love the apples. I get a nice little sweet touch. Maybe if you put them in towards the end, they weren't so mushy. Maybe if they're a little crisper.
I mean, I guess. I don't know. Just for, I mean, it's not bad.
I feel like you're not the kind of guy to put, like, strawberries on salad either, though. You're, like, right?
I've had one.
I've had one what?
I've had a salad.
one salad or one strawberry on a salad?
I had to tell you, yeah, I'm pretty sure it was, like, strawberries and, like grilled chicken on the salad. I'm trying to remember.
Well, yeah, that's what that is. But, like, fruit is good in things like that. And it had apple cider. The broth was like half apple cider. You're a hater. That's all you. I made cornbread and nailed that.
Yeah, that was really good.
I mean, it's right off the side of the cornmeal container. It's hard to mess that up. I lost my glass measuring cup, though, so I had to just pour in milk until I thought it was a quarter cup.
I mean,
did pretty good.
I mean, I don't really think you can pour Like, it's a bad thing if you pour too much milk. You know what I mean?
It'd just
Like,
be a
if you
little.
go-
Yeah. I don't know. What would happen? Chemistry major.
I'm a biology.
Okay, same
Fuck
thing.
chemistry.
Watch your language there, kid. All right.
No, it's PG-13. I'm allowed one.
Is that what it's rated? Do I have it rated on YouTube? You can rate
No.
things.
That can use the.
TV 14 mature. Can I rate
I don't
that?
think you can use that. Yeah, I think it's just 18.
Okay, we're gonna get demonetized. There's this.
Oh no!
There's this.
We're not even monetized.
That's why we need more subscribers. Hit that button, you people. I was watching. There's this Minecraft YouTuber, Captain Sparkles. I'm sure some people know him.
Oh yeah.
He every time he's about to say the word kill, he uses the word demonetized, which I think is super entertaining. I'm gonna go demonetize some sheep. I find that incredibly entertaining for some reason. Well, the 42 of Brian Chambliss was demonetized earlier tonight.
Oh, look at the field.
Oh, we've had
front
some
of it, yeah.
shakeups. Sorry, we were distracted.
I was distracted by soup.
All right, so Zach Halpern stayed out. Eli Hinton had a 2-tire stop. He's listening to Finian.
Hey,
And that's it.
yeah.
Okay.
Not on our team anymore, but listen to me anyway.
That's the one time he did listen to us is right now. Maybe would have won more races if he listened anymore.
Maybe he won a championship.
I mean,
so.
that's true. All right, 25 laps to go. Zach Halpern, Eli Hinton leading the way. Here we go. Green flag back in the air. Halpern fires off. And Alec Martinez is going to try to make this exciting. He's led the most laps tonight. Ooh, car slow. Dalton Cowden way off the pace on the bottom of the racetrack.
Might have missed a shift or something. Did not get up to speed, but he pulled out everyone's way. With Milan up at the front.
Boy.
It's on as Halpern in front of Martinez yet again. Here comes Martinez to the inside. Can Halpern do anything?
No, Martinez back to the front. Trying to run away with this thing. He's led the most laps tonight. Can he hold off some hard chargers here, but some strategy for Halpern and Hinton. Here comes Joshua Banks now to the inside for turn number 1.
Oh no, he's
no.
going sideways.
Oh,
Can he
save
it?
it? No! Oh, man.
Oh, it's
no,
Stefano! Oh no! And Jeff Wright drives around the outside.
Man.
Oh, two of the fastest guys in this race taken out in one wreck. Wow.
Oh, man, that is painful to watch.
They're dropping like flies.
Oh my goodness. We were doing so well.
That was a hard lick to the outside wall.
Almost had it saved and just did the overcorrect thing and just drilled Stravato. Just got loose.
Yeah, nice grip doing that. Oh, caught. Oh.
And just tagged Stravato right at the wrong
this
time.
is what we've been talking about. This man has not been able to get lucky.
He's so fast, and
ran
every time he has speed, he gets taken out.
Yeah, was running so well.
He just was hoping and praying he'd save it, and he thought he was clear, then bam.
Last second, dude. Oh, man.
And then the 50, or the, excuse me, wow. Look at that view.
Yeah, the 51, too. He's going to be out of this race, Brandon Key.
He was already making contact with people on the straightaway, and then we come down here to turn 1. Oh, look at that impact.
And just, I mean, yeah, nothing you can do there.
Yeah, I pray when we get that new damage model, we'll stop seeing cars bounce off the wall so viciously. Might help a little bit. This is gonna hurt. Oh, man. Well, I know what we gotta do.
Is that? No.
You gonna talk or?
Oh, I don't know if you're trying to be quiet on purpose for that.
No, I mean...
yeah, and so yeah, the Golly comes, gets loose, hits the wall hard, loose back, and I can't stress enough how bad I feel for Stravato. Just caught the end.
Right here, driver's side door. Oh,
yeah,
my goodness.
That was also really bad
nice
contact
detail
as
on
well.
the underside of the car there, though, huh?
The only times you ever see it is in this kind of scenario. I actually don't even think Golly... Oh, he did get right back.
Wow.
Yeah, he's actually smoking, so his car is going to be done for the night.
What a tumble he took.
Wow. Tim Downey Jr. also got a piece of that on the nose of his car.
Jeff Wright squeaking by in the outside lane. And kind of gets tripped up over the hood of the 33 and turns him back over. Yeah. All right, well, we've had some fun here lately. This is...
Wow, Jeremiah Vincent has made 20 pit stops tonight.
Holy...
That's a
is
lot
that even the
of
most?
tires.
It is.
I'm pretty sure that's the most. I would hope that's the most.
Yeah, I hope so too. 20 pit stops in 140 laps.
And I'm pretty sure he's taking tires every single time. This is 20 sets of tires. That's 80 tires.
It's a big Goodyear bill, I'll tell you that much. All right, be 20 laps to go. I don't think it's going to get...
No. We're not. I don't think it's going to go right now. Not the way it's been
Who's the
going
okay?
tonight.
Let's make a bet. Who's the next casualty? Also, hey, before we go, 23 people watch this. If you have not tweeted Kokomo Coke Bottling Company, go tweet them. If you haven't done that yet, shame on you. Meanwhile, who are you gonna guess? Who's gonna eat the bed? Eat the bed? eat pant next. Who's the next one in the fence?
Next one on the fence. I'm trying to look here because some guys are more prone to getting themselves into situations that put them in the fence more than others.
That is the biggest insult you can get from Finney and Dakuna.
I don't know. I'm just trying to look through. I would say, okay, not necessarily to what I just said, but I think Halper might end up getting something happen to him because he's on older tires, significantly older tires compared to everyone else, and I think just with the speed difference coming out of the corners and with under 20 laps to go, I think someone's bound to hit him when they're trying to make a pass on him or work their way around him. So I think Halpern might be the next victim.
All right, Halpern was nominated off the island by Finney and Dakuna. We'll see if that's the next one out. I think it's going to be Adam.
Speaking of Indian, he's got Land O'Lakes.
I don't know what that is.
There's like an Indian woman. It's butter. There's a Native American.
That was
There's a Native American.
That was the biggest roller coaster. Land O'Lakes. There's an Indian woman. It's butter. How did you get from Indian woman to butter?
No,
because
because we were talking about the Native American, the soup, because of the soup.
Okay, well, Indian woman butter. I don't know how those two things are related, but all right, I'll buy what you're selling.
No, it actually they don't just make butter. It's a dairy like.
Okay, see that would have been
make-
good to preface with. It's
Yeah.
a dairy company that has a Native American woman as a mascot or a figure. Yeah, I see it. I just I don't. Indian woman
You've never heard of Land O'Lakes?
butter. I mean,
I thought you heard of
I
the
thought it was
brand
like a
before.
cereal or something. I don't know.
I mean, they make the milk to put in the cereal.
I mean, wait, they make milk?
I think so. I'm pretty sure they do.
Do they milk cows or do they milk? I'm not going to go there. All right, Alec Martinez on the outside for the restart. Halpern on the inside. Eli Hinton, Banks, Cabot. The rest of your top five. 18 laps to go. Do they sell milk? They do. All right. Here we go. 18 laps to go here at Iowa Speedway, and the sun is beginning to set. The track temp has cooled on down. It was 125 earlier, 106 for the restart, firing back up these V8 engines.
Yeah, almost 20 degrees down from when we started. Halpern off into turn one. Eli Hinton trying to work to his outside. Really can't do much, especially with those two tires. It doesn't seem to be helping out a whole ton, but Joshua Banks to the inside of Eli Hinton trying to make a pass for third.
How much can he hang on for? 3 wide for a moment as the 13 at his nose in between those cars. Alex Bell goes up the racetrack now, trying to get some run on his teammate. The SWA teammate side by side off into turn number 1. 3 wide again for a moment. Bell wisely backs out of that. Here comes Cabot now to the inside in the 77 Lawn Tech Camaro. Door to door, the teammates off into turn 3.
Oh, Mace Halpern's actually still in second place, although it doesn't look like it's going to last for long. 3 wide coming out of turn 4. It's going to be tight for the 36 on the inside.
That was like watching continents come together in a violent earthquake of racing off into turn number 1. Joshua Banks on the inside. Don't laugh at me for that. That was a good one.
That's a quote.
Alex Bell following Eli Hinton and Halpern. I would think Eli Hinton's tires would be better off than Halpern's, but here comes Bell to the inside now. Contact up the racetrack.
Yeah, I was going to say he threw it into the corner. Didn't really give the 13 much space entering and not so much in the middle of the corner either as they made contact. Bell still to the inside of the 13.
15 laps to go. Martinez trying to pull away 1 second out front. Eli Hinton in third, struggling to get by the 26 of Zach Halpern. It stacked him up. There's all sorts of cars all over the 13.
He's in a giant pack here. One mistake is going to take out a lot of drivers here, and they've done a great job so far of not although we could easily see that change here as guys are running out of patience.
Bell on the inside. How much is he willing to push? His teammate right behind. Are they going to shove the 13? Remember the 36 and 13? They have a history dating back to last season. Do they make it out of this aligned with 13 laps to go at the line? Whoa, there comes the 34 to the inside. Huge dive by Dalton Cowden.
Oh, and
4
the 13
wide.
and the 36
There they
making
go.
contact, and it's going to be a wreck.
Cabot spins it. I was right, Finney, and I win. I win.
Did you say it?
I did.
Oh, damn.
I win.
Yeah, you're always right in like these kind of things for some reason.
I win, Finney, and I told you he would. Look, nothing against Cabot. He was a victim there, but I win. Great success. 34 chucked it into the corner.
It.
And just slipped up.
Clipped him.
Yeah, it's on 34 there, but Unfortunate for the 77. Eli Hinton got a piece of it.
Speaking of the 34, got turned back into traffic.
Whoa, Jeff Rowe!
Hard
Door slammed. Wow.
Oh, William Troy got a little bit of a piece of that, but nowhere near as bad as Elliott Butler.
Yeah, watch this. Look at the 48.
Absolutely
Wow.
annihilated. Look at that. Oh.
The 48 is so lucky that the 34, his tires turned left.
He's come out of nowhere here towards the end. Whoa.
Ooh.
He's been passing guys since the wreck. You can see Elliott Butler. Huge lick.
William Troy almost had it missed in the 87. Trying to find him on the timing. There he is. And watch this impact. Oh.
And also had more contact to
Woo!
the inside wall.
Yeah. Butler went for quite the ride here. This is not a ride you want to get on over and over again. I'll pass up tickets for that one.
Everything looked like it was good, and
right at the last second, had those wheels turned. Now, that being said, had he had the wheels straight or turned the other way, he would have clobbered the 48. So, missed one, hit another. But, all right.
pit stops.
Or
not. Oh. And the 18.
Yeah, that was a mistake.
I think he threw this racer away.
Yeah,
oh,
that
boy.
was it. That's all she wrote. There's no way that you can
man.
pass 13 cars in 10 laps. No way.
He's a new crew chief. I don't know who it is. It's probably no one. But
not
he's
me.
a new crew chief.
I'm up here busy. I don't know.
We need to, I guess, in that case, we need to fire the crew chief. Hire a new one.
Yeah, we got to fire. I don't know who's doing it, but...
that was a very poor strategy call there.
Yeah, that is horrible strategy call. Let's take a look at the... I mean, look. Oh, man. Look, 10... I don't care.
How about Halpern, man?
Okay, I don't care how many laps you have in your tires. We're not getting enough green flag laps for them to matter.
Yeah.
Keep your track position, Alec. Yeah. What are you doing?
If I was a guy like third or fourth and the guys ahead of me pit, maybe. But if I'm the leader, I would have definitely stayed out because they're not gonna have that many laps to go. I mean, granted, even if we do get some green-white checkers, that's still implying we're gonna have some more cautions after this. So yeah, that was a very poor strategy call for the 18. That basically lost the race. He's back in 14th.
There's no way. There's no. If
so many guys stayed out there.
If he wins this race, it will be an amazing accomplishment.
If Zach Halpern wins this race, hats off to this dude. I'm amazed he didn't drop back. I thought he was
this night that he's had.
Yeah, that's pretty much been a summary of his thing. He stayed out. Remember a few cautions ago, he stayed out, dropped to the back. I thought he wasn't going to do anything with that again. He stayed out this time around. He's actually stayed up there. He didn't even fall back from second place on that last restart. So I don't know if he'll be able to hold up the 13, but he might. He might be able to.
Oh.
Because the 30 went and the 36 weren't able to pass him on the same set of tires they're on now. So I think this 26 might have something here.
Okay, hold on. We're going to talk to Alec Martinez real quick.
And by talk, I think you mean yell?
Yes. Bring him in here, please, immediately. We're talking now with Alec Martinez, driver the number 18 Toyota Camry. And Alec, what are you doing?
I don't know. I thought people were going to take tires, but apparently not. So
Oh
it's
my
time to get wrecked.
goodness! What did you do? You had this race in the bag, and you just came to pit road like an idiot. I mean,
Well, I know. I should have. I thought about staying out, but I don't know.
oh my
It's
goodness.
my fault. Yeah, like,
Yeah, it's your fault. All right. Look, okay. Don't crash,
I don't know.
please.
Andrew said to me, he said, be patient. I'm not going to win them all. So, oh well. We'll see. I'm probably going to get wrecked, but you know what? I have faith in these guys.
All right. Give him hell, Alec. Good luck out there. We'll see you later.
Thank you.
What an idiot.
Yeah, he actually brings up a point there at the end too. That's another thing for not pitting. Is that now he's back in traffic? So and there's been a lot of wrecks happening, especially in the midfield where he's pretty much aligned himself now. So has a really good shot of not really necessarily causing a wreck, but getting caught up in someone else's wreck here at the end. So well, now he's definitely not getting paid anything.
I'm gonna penalize him. I'm gonna make him pay me for that idiot. Move.
So
All right.
we have apparently also Intratel officer informed us we have 2 attempts at a green-white checker.
It's going to be 2 that we're probably going to use here. All right, Zach Halpern on the outside. He's leading this race. He's got 30 laps on his tires. Everyone behind him has a kind of varying, actually, let's one more time take a look at the situation here. Varying pit stop strategies, but Alec Martinez, the highest running drivers on fresh tires. We'll see what strategy works out. 7 laps to go for the drivers in the ORL Championship. 5 races in. Halpern leads the way. Can he drive away and steal one after getting caught up in a wreck? Green flag back in the air, 7 laps to go.
A great restart for Halpern. Green flag back. Great start. This 29. He's been caught up in traffic for the most part of the night. He hasn't really been able to get his lead back, but here he is in second with some fresh tires.
Here comes Martinez, up in 10th already. He's going to try to make a move to the inside. Here he comes, car behind him in the wall. It's Brandon Bowers smashing the fence in the back straightaway.
Shouldn't be a caution.
We'll stay green. Oh, boy.
Oh, not for long, though, as we go 3 wide coming out of 4. Eddie Trejo scrapes the wall a little bit to the outside of Joshua Banks. And how about Eddie Trejo here in 5th?
Wow, Eddie Trejo just seems to outlast everybody. Car behind him spinning. The 30 car of Jeremy Miller. Does he save it? He does not. Do we? No, he does.
Oh,
no,
he saved it, but only to be wrecked again. Caution out. And this, I don't think will be a green white checker.
Oh, that was going to be our green white checker if that wasn't it.
Whoa! And some contact. Oh boy.
Man. Well,
holy.
14th caution of the night, and Alec Martinez up to 8th place on that run from 14th. He gained 6 spots on the restart.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive, but
yeah, he ain't gonna win the race though.
Especially now too, because he's only gonna have a 2-lap. We're only gonna have 2-lap runs from here on out. Still not entirely confirmed yet if this is a green white checkered, but
we'll see.
Keep an eye on that.
All right, so here's the situation now. Martinez clearly in the best tire position. The problem is they're going to have too few laps left for that really to matter.
He's too far back and it's too few. However, if...
Speak to me, wise lad.
If this isn't a green-white checker, this step isn't, and we get a normal restart...
That could work.
Yeah, and we get a caution and another caution at that. If he can move up some positions in those, he might have a shot here.
He scored 6th now. As Joshua Banks hits pit lane.
Oh. That's...
interesting.
Surprise call there.
So Martinez will restart on the outside where you want to be. Good move here. I mean, this is going to work out for him again. I was, chastising for making that mistake of a pit stop, but, it's not impossible. It's just really unlikely.
I was going to say, but he needs the stars to align, though, for this to work. I don't think he'll be able to...
If he can make it to 3rd, and then we get another caution, I think he'll be good.
Yeah, I think he's gonna need another caution come out for this to work out. Other than that, otherwise, I don't think he's gonna have a shot. He's not gonna have enough time.
All right, so one more time. If you are watching us here on SimTV and you have not yet subscribed, we got a lot of good racing on this network. We got some 2 spectacular series coming up tomorrow night. Got some truck series action at COTA tomorrow evening. That's going to be a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun last year. We also have IndyCar for the Indy Elite Series at Mid-Ohio. That'll be at 7:15 Eastern. So if you have not hit that subscribe button, you'll be notified every time we go live. Make sure you hit that red button. Hit the bell if you want to get notified every time we go live so you can watch all sorts of good racing action. And if you want to be a part of any of this racing action, make sure to join our Discord. That link is in the video description. Join that. That will lead straight to our SimTV Discord, and that is where we communicate with all of the league members from all the leagues we broadcast with. You can interact with the administrators and the drivers of all the different series, as well as get yourself signed up for one of the series that we broadcast for.
Okay, and by the looks of it, this will be our first attempt at a green-white checkered.
All right, so first attempt, green-white check. All right, number works. Yay. Okay, green-white checker number 1 tonight. We get 2 attempts at it, and we'll get laps extended 1 by 1. So we're already going to be over our scheduled distance of 160 laps, and we'll keep you updated on exactly how many laps we go over. But Halpern leads the way. If he wins this race, that would be super impressive. On older tires with a damaged race car.
We should hire his crew chief.
Yeah,
yeah, but he's done an
smooth as
job.
butter, that 26 car.
Hey.
Oh, man. Well, 163 laps, I think, is what we'll have when it's all said and done.
Yeah, and also, how about too, if Halpern doesn't get the win, how about if Ronis gets a win? I'm actually trying to remember. I don't think
Ronis has won a race before, at least that we've broadcasted.
Double check that.
I'd just like everyone to know that AJ Stravato wishes for all the people that caused a caution as soon as they were about to get a green flag run, he wishes that they had ice cubes of hot dog water. So, if that's not the most damning punishment I've ever seen in my life. Oh, man, we love AJ. All right. Coming to the restart here, next lap by, we're going to have 163, or 160, 163 laps in this race. We again 3 laps over scheduled distance. Can I have your attention, Vinny? What would you like?
Yeah, so for Angelo Ronis, he has not gotten to win. Highest position he's had in the Outsider Racing League is 3rd. So even if he finishes 2nd where he's running right now, it would be a record finish, but I bet you that 29 wants to get the win.
I think we've only ever talked to Angelo Ronis once. I think it was back at Daytona last season. Actually, it might have been the first season.
Well, I hope you talked to him because he finished 3rd. At Phoenix.
All right, green, white, checkered, number 1. We have 2 attempts at it. 163 laps. That's 3 over our scheduled distance. Halpern on the outside. He's got Martin Sproul lined up. There's the 18 of Alec Martinez. If Martinez can get a little bit clear, if he can get to the back bumper of the 26, it's game over. I mean, that tire difference is going to be significant. Just not the drivers around him. That difference isn't.
And also Martin Sproul too in that 19. He can easily get his first win here. He was really hot last season.
Well overdue.
Yeah.
All right, green, white, checkered. Lap 161, 2 laps to go. If we make it back to the white flag, we'll make it all the way to the checkers. If we crash, we'll re-rack him, restack him, try again. Halpern fires off. 2 to go at Iowa.
And a great start for the 26. Alex Martinez immediately making it 3 wide. Can't get it done.
Tried.
Door
back
closes.
to the bottom. Just squeeze in front of Eli Hinton. Sets his sight on 2nd place now as he's taken away 3rd. You're battling for 3rd on the back straight, off into turn 3.
Can we make it to the stripe?
Here we go. Final lap, white flag in the air. Here comes Martinez in 3rd place. Car on the wall behind him. That's Eli Hinton.
Oh,
crash.
wreck behind him, but there's still green as we're going to finish this lap. The
Martinez around the outside. Here he comes for 2nd. 2 more quarters left. Halpern in the lead right now. Stack up out of turn 2.
He's boxed in, though. Ronis isn't going to let him get the line here.
Middle 3 wide.
Trying to manage.
Out of turn 4. Side by side of the checkers. Martinez turns down the racetrack. Who's it going to be at the start-finish line?
It's going to be
Halpern. Halpern wins. Crash behind him.
Wow.
And they tear it up at the start-finish line.
How about Zach Halpern?
And a big wreck down in turn number 1.
Everyone wrecking the cars and millions and billions of dollars have been lost. Oh, Ellie Butler at the end.
Oh, man.
Everyone's getting it out of their system if they haven't already.
Zach Halpern, a winner.
Look at that car.
In the Outsider Racing League.
Look at that thing. Damage to the right front, quite a bit of damage to the rear, and that thing has won the race. How about that?
Teammates celebrating there. The 25 ended up finishing in 12th place. But for Zach Halpern, winner. Long time coming.
And Jeff Wright finished in 7th. I was wondering where he ended up.
It was a clean race car of all things.
After starting back a lap down in 34th, but again, Zach Halpern in the 26 has not pitted in the last 30-something laps.
What a finish.
With old tires, and he's going to win the race.
Valiant effort by Martinez, though. He really gave it his best shot.
Yeah.
I don't think he could have really done much better than that. We had 3 cars within a 1/10 of a second at the start-finish line. A 1/10 was the win differential between Halpern and Ronis. What a finish for those drivers. We'll go back and watch a replay, so don't leave just yet. We're going to also talk to your top 3 as well as a couple other drivers here. But Halpern, winner at Iowa. Let's go back and take a quick look at it before we jump to break. That was entertaining, to say the least. So here's a look. Final lap out of turn 4. This is actually coming to the white.
Yeah, and there's a wreck in the background with Alex Bell, but yeah, coming into the corner here. See Martinez go high. I think this is probably his biggest mistake because he got boxed in here, couldn't go forward.
He tried to go middle, but Ronis held him in.
Yeah.
And Ronis did a great job defending here. Then Alec turns hard left, tries to get the run off the corner, and watch this. 18 and 29 get together. Look at that margin of victory. Between the 29 and the 18, 19 thousandths of a second.
Oh, there's actually a closer finish in behind them.
Oh, yeah, for 9th place, Jeremiah Vincent and Bryce Calusa. Is that the one you were looking at?
Yeah.
Let's go back. Let's actually watch this in slow motion because we're probably going to need to, so let's do that. Oh, Calusa was crashing. And let's go here. So here's Vincent in the black Wrangler car and Bryce Calusa in the 82. And they're going to come across the start-finish line. And here comes the 8. And woo! That was pretty close. Go back maybe a little bit farther here and just take another look. Was that the closest margin? Yes, it was.
I would hope so.
74 thousandths for 6th between Eli Hinton and Jeff Wright. Calusa finished top 10 with that result. Alex Bell eked out both of those drivers. Wow.
Wow, yeah.
Again, let's look one more time at the collision across the start-finish line here between the 18 and the 29. Right at the finish, door slamming 3 wide coming to the checkers. What a finish at Iowa. That was spectacular. Well, just like 3 wide's race here a couple months ago, the race was messy, but the finish was worth it. All right, let's jump back up live, and we'll jump to break just for a moment. We're going to talk to your winner and a couple others. Stay with us. Do not go anywhere. I promise you this will be good. We'll be right back.
To get the best result, it's all about ambition, hard work, and doing the right things right. In 1982, 2 Dutch brothers invented an automatic way to time RC races. The system of the company, called AMB-IT, was quickly adopted by pro racing series like NASCAR and IndyCar. Automated timing for mass participation sport events was also invented in the Netherlands by Champion Chip in the early 90s. Giving athletes a personal chip time of their performance. In 2008, the 2 companies joined forces, and MyLapse Sports Timing was born. We never stop innovating, with state-of-the-art timing systems and digital services to enhance the event experience. With our X2 platform, we bring motorsports timing to a whole new level with 2-way communication. Our event app and photo video create the ultimate event experience for athletes and fans with live data and personal content like photos and videos. SpeedHive provides a pro-level racing experience for amateur and club events by analyzing personal data. We capture performances of over 20 million racers and athletes every year and use live data to spark emotions. MyLapse. Experience progress.
Welcome back live to SimTV. Here now with driver AJ Stravato, who finished 25th at the end of the night. AJ, I know, frustrating end of the night, but you seem to always have these promising runs and bad luck takes you out. But just talk to us about your night and other positives to take away from it.
Yeah, I do get the short end of the stick. It kind of sucks, but it's all good. Just proud of my team, proud of Angelo and Jeff, who was on no force feedback and had more car control than about 90% of the people out there. But yeah, just proud of my team, man. It's good to run up front and get some laps led. I needed some bonus points and just a good run, but I can only control so much what's going on. Track's fun, a lot of fun out there, a lot of good racing up front. Just it's hard to pass, I think, at least at the top. You know, you really have to dive it in there. I only saw, I think, only the 77 was really working the bottom, and Angelo. So just a tough race. Good to run up front. Good, you know, lead laps. But just need a result that I feel like I deserve. But it is what it is.
All right, AJ Stravato, heartbreak tonight, 25th after a strong run in the beginning of the race. Thanks, AJ.
Thank you.
All right, next up is going to be Eddie Trejo in the number 21, who came home with a top 5 result. Eddie, a wild, crazy night. Your thoughts after this, and a great congratulations on a solid top 5. What was that night like from your perspective? Because I think you missed most of the wrecks out there tonight.
Yeah, I take pride in that as well. I mean, I always try to keep the car as clean as possible, and I utilize a strategy to just run in the back and take my time and see how everything sorts out. And lucky for me, this was a bit of a wreck fest, and I kind of thrive in these kinds of races because when there's a lot of wrecks like this at a track like Iowa, the key is just to stay out of them and just run consistent lap times, and sooner or later you'll find yourself up there. And that's what I did. I did play a little strategy there at the end, but I was able to get up there and still keep the car clean and miss the little contact there with I believe it was Bell and Eli, and able to run it home with the top 5.
How different would this race have looked if it had been a night race instead of an afternoon race?
Well, I would like to say that there probably would have been at least a little more grip. I'm sure guys would have been able to run side by side a little bit easier. I mean, I'm not trying to blame the track all that much. I mean, there is a little bit of an issue here where a lot of guys maybe they have. I don't want to name anyone in particular, but it's just the track it's still considered a short track, and it is still tough to race people side by side here. And I feel that was maybe the issue for most of the time here in this race.
All right, Eddie Trejo, a great top 5 result after missing most of the wrecks, and at least the lap I clicked on, you had no damage on your car. So congratulations, Eddie. Good to talk to you. We'll see you later.
All right, man, Kyle. Thank you.
No
Thank
problem.
you for the broadcast, man.
Absolutely. Appreciate it. Moving on now to third place, Alec Martinez. We made fun of you earlier, Alec, but you thought the strategy call might work, and it almost did. If you had one more lap, I think we'd be talking to you in victory lane, but still a strong run, a top 5 result in the 18 again this week. Gonna walk out, still leading the points. Your thoughts after Iowa?
Well, that was interesting, for sure. I didn't think tires were going to be that crazy, but thank God everybody wrecked, I guess. So, I was able to maneuver through the field, and then shout out to Angelo and Zach. I could have sent it 3 wide, but me and Zach would have probably wrecked, and Angelo would have got it. I could have sent it to the wall, and that probably would have been my best bet. I was hoping when I sent it down to the bottom, I was just hoping Angelo was going to slide up into Zach and kill the momentum, and maybe I'd get by, luckily. But I don't know. Third is still good. So, third at 2 short tracks, which short tracks aren't my specialty. So, 2/3 at a short track, that's not too bad for me, at least. And, as I think as the schedule goes on, Iona Haas we have Atlanta Auto Club Homestead in Chicagoland, which probably my best string of races, luckily, hopefully. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I think it's good momentum going on to the rest of the season, just showing that I at least have somewhat speed on a short track and actually can have throttle control on, with these cars. So I like it. I'm glad we go to Atlanta next week. Hopefully it's a little bit looser, and it'll be a pack race, but we'll be able to string out and Dirty Arrow cook in, and we'll see what happens. Auto Club, I think if you look under the next few races, Auto Club's going to be one of the probably going to be the fluke race if it's a night race. It's going to be plate racing, so we'll see what happens as the season goes on.
All right, Alec Martinez, top 5 result tonight after leading a bunch of laps. Sorry to cut you off there, Alec. I think your internet went off there a little bit. But all right, Alec, thanks so much. Appreciate it. Top 3.
Yeah, thank you, man.
We'll see you later. All right, we got Angelo Ronas in the booth now. Second place tonight. Almost had it in the final corner. Angelo, just walk us through the chaotic race he had tonight and that almost a victory, about a 1/10 of a second away.
Yeah, chaos is definitely the right word to describe this race. I don't know, up front, it seemed pretty good to me. It seemed like the same guys were in the top 5, top 10 running clean, but I don't know, it just seems like in mid-pack and onward back, they were just having more incidents, and it just effectively kind of did it with this outcome.
I asked Eddie Trejo the same question, but I'm curious how much this race would have been different if we had run this under the lights during the day. Do you think there would have been less accidents, more accidents, and how do you think it would have changed the green flag racing?
I don't think it would have changed it too much. Like, of course, at night we're going to have cooler temperatures, but at the end of the day, there were a lot of guys that didn't do anything on the track to cause incidents, so I wouldn't blame it too much on the track.
All right, Angelo Ronas, second place tonight in the number 29 Chevrolet Camaro. Angelo, thanks for talking, and congratulations. We'll see you later.
Yep, thank you.
Of course, that was Angelo's best result in the Outsider Racing League, at least since we've been broadcasting it. So congratulations, Angelo, on that. Now, finally, with our race winner, Zach Halpern, a strategy call and a little bit of luck there at the end. Zach, talk to us about that incredible result, your first victory in the Outsider Racing League. Just walk us through your night, the decision-making process towards the end, and how you held off a hard-charging Alec Martinez and Angelo Ronas.
Man, I'm so stoked to finally get that W. It's definitely been a lot of races trying to get it, a lot of hard-fought ones, a lot of getting wrecked, a lot of just mistakes. The race started off well. We were up front. There was that incident with Joshua Banks with his, internet connection. I saw at the end. I watched the replay. There was definitely netcode there. I just tried to get the damage fixed as much as I could and got it down to 3 minutes. I was actually at three minutes at the end of the race. I had 3 minutes of damage and still managed to get that win. When I stayed out that first time on the old tires. I figured, I need to try something to stay up front, at least get a better finish than where I would have. It's really difficult to pass here. Let's try something different. The first time it didn't work too well, but I was figured, short cautions, short cautions, short cautions. Something's got to go my way eventually, and it ended up going my way. And Alec, made that call to pit out there at the end, and not really sure why, but I'm happy he did because it definitely helped me get that win. Alec's always up front, love racing with him, good young kid. I also want to thank my teammate Tim. He's putting in hours with me every single week, getting practice in hours upon hours. We dedicate so much time to make sure that we can race well every single week, and it's definitely starting to pay off, and I'm very happy to be a part of a league like this and a team like that.
Looking at your stats tonight, the lowest you were at one point was 33rd. I mean, of course, you gained 2 spots overall if you would look at the start of the race and the finish of the race. But just talk to us about negotiating your way through the middle of the pack, because that's where it seemed like a lot of the trouble was tonight. How sketchy was it driving in the middle of 3 wide on restarts?
It's definitely a risk you got to take here. Again, I said it was really difficult to pass at certain points, especially with the damage on my car. And you got to take risk in order to get up there. And thankfully, things just went our way tonight. Skill was definitely involved, but I definitely won't not play the luck card either.
And with that victory, Halpern moves his way inside the top 10 of the points, up 6 spots from last race at Bristol, and puts you inside the Outsider Racing League chase as of this race. So good luck next week at Atlanta, Zach. Congratulations, and we'll see you there.
Thank you guys for everything you do.
Absolutely appreciate it, Zach. Have a great night.
You too.
All right, Finian, thoughts? Well, it was a crazy one. I think we've established that a couple times already, but do you think if this race had been a night race, things would have been any different, or what's your thought on the whole race as a whole?
Yeah, I think if this was a night race, I think would have been a little bit cleaner, just with these guys being able to have more grip. Definitely the lack of grip was a pretty big cause for a lot of the cautions coming out, so I think that had quite a bit to do with it. But, I guess you can never really know unless you actually try it. But yeah, I wasn't expecting these guys to pretty much be pack racing around here, because this is, again, we said it many times, it's a fairly big track, for a short track, but it drives like a short track still. But these guys are 3 wide consistently around each other. It was pretty amazing to see.
Casey Lakatos also came home with an 11th place result after kind of staying out of the way most of the night. So he came home 11th. Jesse Pierce 13th, Banks 14th, Dalton Cowden 16th. Jeff Wright, we mentioned, he was pretty quiet all night, but finished 7th without a whole lot of damage. Jeremiah Vincent, Bryce Calusa crashed early, top 10 for him. But a wild race here at Iowa Speedway. Next week, we head to Atlanta Motor Speedway. We know that one is often slick, challenging, and fast. We'll see you there next week. Next thing on SimTV tomorrow night, 7:15 Eastern. That is the Indy Elite Series from Mid-Ohio. We'll see you there. Have a good night. Thanks so much.